I am. Okay.
Oh,
Fantastic. Hello, and welcome, my friend.
thank you. Thank you for having me on. It's been too long. It's been probably a good 4 or 5 months.
Oh, hi. Hisashi buri desu, eh?
Yeah, Hisashi buri desu.
Yeah,
So desu.
that means it's been a long time. Yeah, and
Yeah, long time no see.
samishi, samishi. I missed you. Right?
Sabishi. Me too. Me too.
Yeah.
Man.
So yeah, I'm happy to talk about Japan and the holidays and the festivals that they have because they have a whole bunch. They've got some incredible festivals, and I'm a big fan of
Oh yeah.
Japan. They know how to celebrate like few other cultures do.
Oh yeah. No man. They go. The festival season is the best here.
I would agree. Do you want to take a let's start things off and by acknowledging the chat and saying hello to people in the chat. Now, I don't know how many people have
Sure.
been to Japan, and can you hear me okay, Ian?
I can hear a little bit. You're breaking up a little bit.
Okay,
I'm not sure.
we'll try moving the
Yeah.
microphone a little closer. But I just want to say hello to Molecular Arts. And oh, okay, it's just Molecular Arts, so that's fine. There's a and William Shakespeare. Holy shit, you guys
William
are starting
Shakespeare.
late.
Holy shit. I want to take a moment here that
Yes.
I thought William Shakespeare disappeared because I was trying to find him on my Twitter. I wanted to talk to you, William, and I couldn't find you. And I thought you disappeared, man. Good to see that you're still hanging around. It could have been my problem. Maybe I just couldn't search for it well, but
He was busy for like 2 months. He was straight out busy, so he was sort of low on the radar and wasn't appearing around. But yeah, no, he's been more and more. I've seen him around recently. So no, great to have you here. We are
that's
starting a little
great.
late,
Yeah.
but now
Hail,
what
hail.
time?
Yes, yes.
Now you're coming to us live from Japan. What time is it over there now?
Right now it is 5 p.m. on the dot. So actually, I just got home from work about
Right.
half an hour ago. Yeah.
Now, there are a couple of different time zones in Japan, if I'm not mistaken, right?
I know Japan is all one time zone, the
The
whole place,
whole
because it's such a
it
it's
is very
for
narrow, but I thought
longitude. It's
parts of
very narrow.
Hokkaido. I thought Hokkaido was on a different time for some reason, but okay, no, all right. The whole
At
thing is
least
in the
not
same
that
time.
I've ever heard.
Okay, no,
No.
fantastic. I've never been to Hokkaido, although I could see it as we were just discussing. I've been to the northern top of Honshu in Aomori and looked across, and you can see Hokkaido. There's good snowboarding there, so I hear.
Yeah, I know. I'm jealous that you've been to Aomori. That's somewhere that I want to go.
It was
That's
fantastic.
been on my bucket list for a while.
And I'd like to welcome, hey, DVB, welcome and good to see you. And I'd like to say hello to Max Redstone, who says Valentine's Day. If you ask me, it's proof that America didn't fully defeat the Third Reich in World War II. Well, you're not wrong. You're not wrong. Oh, and do you mind reading? William Shakespeare has a response to your.
So that's what happened. Okay, yeah, because like it was weird because I went through my messages and I was like, oh, I want to talk to William, and then the message wasn't even there. And I was like, because I on my PMs, I don't, you just scroll up in your PMs, and I couldn't find you, and I was like, oh, did he delete his YouTube or his Twitter account or?
Okay, yeah.
Yeah. All right. Well, you got to add me. Yeah. Okay. And I got to add you again too. All right.
Yep. Perfect. And yeah, you're right, Molecular Arts. It is, and you're coming to us all the way from Australia, and it is midnight in Vancouver right now, and I am on Vancouver time. Yes, and I'm wearing my festival shirt. This is a festival, and let me do this. This is a festival that is famous up in Aomori. This is the Nebuta Festival, and it's sort of like I don't know, maybe the closest thing I could think of would be the Macy's Day Parade, I guess, where they have giant floats.
It is. It is. I think the biggest one in the biggest one in Japan. No, biggest or the second biggest.
And yeah, and they've got floats that they are like they pull behind. They're on wheels, and these are 3D, well, sort of like wood and paper mache type, or homemade paper washi, giant, and they're all lit up inside. They're sort of like Macy's Day parades in that they're giant figurines, and this guy is prominent in them, and they're lit up with lights that make them look just incredible and spectacular. And I had never heard of Nebuta. I had no idea what Nebuta was, but yeah, fantastic. I really enjoyed it.
And I'm sure lots of drinking there too. That's a big part of the festival. That's why I got my after work brew with me right now.
I will join you. I've got some red wine in here, so cheers.
All right, cheers. Yes, and I want to say hail to Molecular Arts there as well, and DVB. Hail to you guys, and of course William Shakespeare.
Of course. And now look what I did. You might recognize this. This is the same fellow that's on my shirt, I believe. Shirt.
Oh, is that Rod Thunderheart?
It is.
Man,
Rod.
you got the,
Yep, I'm here.
There.
Hey, Rod.
Yep, hang on a second. Let me there.
You recognize
Muted, guys.
that guy.
Yeah.
I can hear you.
How you doing, man?
I'm doing good. I'm doing good. Nice to talk to you again, Rod. It's been a while.
It has.
Yeah, I agree.
I got this. We're
must
talking
be late
about
where you
festivals
are.
in Japan.
You what now?
It is. It's probably 1 a.m. where Rod is right now.
Yeah, it is. 107.
Yeah.
107. Okay, yeah. So you're on Alberta time right now, because
Yes.
because I know sometimes you're in Saskatchewan too, but they don't do daylight savings time, right? I believe Saskatchewan doesn't do that. Something weird.
No. No, they're very smart.
Yes.
Good for them.
Japan, there's no daylight savings time either. Yay. It's the same all year. Yeah.
Oh, wow.
So
I think that's only a North American thing, daylight savings time.
no, they have it in Australia as well.
And I believe there are certain places in Europe. I'm going to say certain places is all I'm going to say.
If I'm a betting man, I'm betting the Anglosphere, probably the UK or something.
Yeah, they don't have it
Yeah.
in Japan,
Yeah.
that's for sure. But I got this at a festival. They were handing them out at a festival. So they hand out a lot of stuff in Japan. They had, and what else did I find? I was going through my
it's
stuff.
funny. You're holding the fan there. That's the Uchiwa fan.
Yes.
And actually, the town that I live in right now is the number one producer of Uchiwa fans in Japan. That's everywhere in Japan.
Really?
What a coincidence!
Yeah,
and
everywhere in Japan has their little claim of fame. The number one this, the best this, the best that, and that's
right.
The town I'm in. They're the number one for Uchiwa fans.
And you have to buy one when you visit there.
Yeah, exactly. If you come here, you gotta pick up an Uchiwa fan. They have also these workshops where you can make one yourself if you want to do that.
It is so hot in the summer and humid in the summer in Tokyo that I needed a fan, and I was doing it wrong, and I nearly broke my wrist because I didn't know how to do it. They know how to do it, and you know how to do it, don't you, Ian? I'm sure.
Yeah. You gotta do it just right.
Yeah,
rotate
the wrist. Now, you don't. Your arm will fall off if you try and do. Yeah, you don't do that. No, you just rotate the wrist. Yeah, that's fantastic.
With that, or you tape it to a dog's tail and they can just wag.
That's right. And Fermented Cinema. Have you you've been on before with Rod, or is this the first time on with Rod?
I know with you, this is maybe my third time on with you.
At least third. Yeah.
Yeah, at least third time. And with Rod, I think Rod and I have talked, maybe not on your stream, but I think on Tony Stark's. I think on Tony Stark's we've talked together.
Yeah.
I think red wine is somewhat healthy as far as alcohol goes.
Yeah, I know. I agree. Yeah.
Hey, listen, my heritage is half Italian, and I'm not going to argue with that.
That's right. That is Japan Rail JR. Now after the JR, that character, it's got a little.
But actually, yours right there is the JR bus. That one's the bus network. JR Busu.
That's yes, because the two things that are leaning together, they're ba. Well, normally they're ha, but because of the little quotation marks, it changes it to ba.
Yeah,
basu.
That's right.
JR Basu.
And JR Basu,
and that kanji right there is
east north.
East north. Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
I like Japan Rail. I tell you what, and the festivals were great. They really were. But and you know what else they give away all over Japan, Rod? They give away. What is this? What am I holding there from?
What is it? What is that? I got to see it. The camera caught it blurry. It's got. Wait. Okay. Your insurance.
Yeah, these are tissues, right? And they give these away.
Yeah. That's the tissue pack. Yeah, but that's an insurance company.
Tissues for insurance? What?
They just advertisement. Yeah, they have people. They just hand out tissues like in
on
public,
the sidewalks, in the train stations, at festivals. They hand these out, and you need tissues because toilets sometimes in Japan don't have toilet paper, so you need these.
Oh wow!
and they know that, and so they pay, and they put one little sheet on front. The cover page is an advertisement, and you get all kinds of different ones. Now this is 20 years old.
Yeah.
But this way you get tissues, and therefore you get something to go to the bathroom with, and it's a whole business. Like students, their whole job is handing out tissues for I don't know how many hours a day.
Yeah. Wow. They just have people to stand out in front of like train station entrances or just in like public places, and they just hand out tissues. Cell phone companies do it a lot. Like insurance companies, cell phone companies, travel agencies, like any of those type of businesses. Yeah.
Is there a tariff on the farms? Probably there would be. DVB. I shared the stream with my friend who's visiting Japan right now. That's fantastic.
Perfect. Very nice.
Sashi is over.
Greetings, Sashi.
Malaysia. Yeah. So hello.
Hey, Sashi.
And welcome.
Yeah.
And DVB says, I remember hearing you here.
Thank you, DVB.
At least once. It's been, this is the third time at least. And Rod, do you mind reading this from our, Sashi, do you mind reading this, Rod?
Yeah. Excuse me. This year, Chop Go. This year, Chop Go Gourmet is on the 12th of February. Just 2 days short of 2 days off Valentine's Day. Chop Gourmet is sometimes known as Chinese Valentine's Day. I did not know that.
I also did not know that.
I'm gonna have to tell you guys about Valentine's Day in Japan here.
I was that was a perfect segue. I was hoping you would.
Yeah.
Because they really, if you think it's a consumer thing over here, the Japanese,
like everything, they take it very seriously. When they do something, they do it right. But or I should say they attempt to do it right, because there's actually a funny backstory to Valentine's Day in Japan. So there are some very big differences. The first thing is only women give to men on Valentine's Day.
Yes.
Oh.
Yes.
Only women give to men. So that's the
thing.
That'd
be nice.
At first.
But wait, Rod.
At first.
You spoke too soon.
It sounds awesome.
You spoke too soon. Yeah, it sounds great. It sounds great. Oh, I'm popular. Look at all the chocolates I got from girls. This is great.
Uh-huh.
But
Yep.
1 month later, on March 14th, they have another holiday called White Day.
White Day.
Yes. And
Really?
this is where men have to give back 3 times to the women they received from.
3 times the value.
Oh, wow.
Oh, God.
Yeah.
So, yeah, you almost don't want to be popular because it's like, oh, God, now I got this. Wait, it's going to be so expensive in a month.
Yeah, I bet.
Yeah, and some women bank it. Like I got like
yeah.
presents that were like 20,
I
30
suppose,
bucks.
eh?
And I'm like, oh God, I gotta spend like Ichimonba on this person now.
Yeah.
Damn it.
I
100 bucks.
I didn't date.
Yes.
Well, in Japan, there was a one-night stand at a fire festival in Onara, but I didn't date, so I got away okay with Valentine's Day. And Fermented Cinema, do you mind reading this from our friend William Shakespeare?
Oh, okay. I bring my own toilet paper. Every sheet has a picture of Kathleen Kennedy. It works really well.
Yeah, Max. Japan is my number one want-to-go destination. If I hadn't been there already, I would agree with 100%. And a lot of people are saying that these days. And Rod,
to Ginger Ninja.
Yeah,
I know.
To Ginger Ninja, we know Ginger Ninja, who's American living in Japan. Of course, I know Ginger Ninja. Yeah, I like that dude. Checking the plane flights to Tokyo now. Excellent.
There you go. Yes, I like this Miskatonic Madman. Great to see you again. Yes, it is a shakedown.
Yes,
Valentine's Day is a shakedown in Japan. Totally. Damn it.
Yep, it absolutely is. And here I found. This is my study aid, and it's transparent, but it has all the regions of Japan. And actually, if we really want to put Japan is orientated that way, and Hokkaido's up here, right there. No, up here.
Well, right. For some reason, I'm getting a delay on your camera.
Yes, me too. Yeah, I don't know. Something's not right. Because that is... Oh, Hokkaido's not included on the... Wait a minute.
Hokkaido.
Yeah, I don't see Hokkaido, at least the part I see.
It's not.
It's like it's just it stops at Honshu.
It does. Hokkaido should be right above there because there's Aomori right up there.
Yeah, Aomori's at the top, but there's no Hokkaido. What the heck?
No, I don't know. Wow, I got that in Japan.
That's hilarious.
So
that reminds
me. Not a Chinese knockoff. I got that personally in Japan.
It's not a Chinese knockoff that's missing territories. That reminds me of like what they say. It's like on the world map, the most forgotten country is New Zealand, and it's so true. You can find so many world maps where there's no New Zealand.
Yeah.
Oh man,
I believe that.
To finish up on Valentine's Day, because I want to tell you the story behind it's hilarious as to why this happened. Because why only girls give to men on Valentine's Day. The story is back, I think it was in the 1930s, a Japanese chocolate company got wind of Valentine's Day and was trying to bring it to Japan to sell chocolate.
Of course,
but there was no Google Translate back then, and the people at the chocolate company screwed up the translation. So they thought it was only women that gave. They didn't realize that men and women give each other.
Oh, touching!
That's hilarious.
They became aware. They became aware of their mistake, that they're now missing half their market. So the next year, they invented White Day.
Oh wow!
That's hilarious.
That's right. DVB men have to give back 3 times.
Devious chocolate companies, I tell you.
I didn't know it was
Willy Wonka at work.
Grew up though. Wow.
What's funny is that actually Valentine's Day is actually based on not actually like Hallmark cards, shall we say?
Yeah.
It's actually like a either of you know the story of Saint Valentine?
There's like 2 or 3 that I've heard. I know the one that's where there was Saint Valentine that was in the Roman days.
Yes.
I forget which Caesar it was, but
Put in jail.
he banned men in the military from getting married because they found that
That's
if
right.
men have families and it's a distraction,
Exactly.
right?
Right.
Well
Yeah.
said. Yes.
So,
True. Yeah.
but Saint Valentine was like a priest who secretly married army soldiers to their lovers.
That's right.
Is the story? Is that the same one
Oh.
that you were gonna?
That's it. Yeah, good for you.
All
Yes.
right.
Yeah, nice. Exactly. Yeah, no, like Saint Valentine, and like apparently his Caesar's daughter fell in love with him, and they wrote notes back and forth. And on the morning of his execution, he left a note in his cell, and and the daughter found the note, and it's like from your Valentine. When he
The first Valentine.
exactly.
Oh,
That's right.
yeah. Men fall in love hard, and some guys never ever fall out of love with their first girl, their first love. It's
Men fall in love,
we're
and women
hardwired.
fall in love with the ceremony.
Yeah, we're hardwired different, I guess. And I would like to say, Sashi has something here. Do you mind reading this, Rod? Please.
Yeah, sure. Yeah. Over here on Chapcome, unattached ladies throw an orange. Really? Throw an orange with their contact detail. What?
What?
Contact details on in a river, hoping to find a husband. Oh wow, interesting.
Oh my God. Oh geez. I'm sorry. Don't spread that around because every loser guy in the world is now going to book their ticket to find oranges.
Wow.
Yeah, not to mention like
thrown orange in the river. Wouldn't it be more effective if you just threw the orange with your phone number at the dude?
not to mention like so many leftover women, as the term
that's right. And speaking of China, this is a quote from the China show.
Maybe the really nasty girls can throw onions in.
So good. I know what that is. Ooh. I know what that is, Max Redstone. Yeah, wow, so good. That's from the China show. They're making fun of a Chinese CPP chill there, a CCP shill. Yeah, the China show is excellent to watch. Maps with no Tasmania.
Right. Yeah, no Tasmania as well.
Wow.
Yeah.
Now in Australia, I've seen maps printed upside down, which is normal for them. But and what about maps in Japan? You know where I'm going. When you go to a park, Ian, they're not orientated the way they are here, with north always on a map. Rod, if you go to a north in a park here or a map anywhere, north is always at the top of the map, right? And you orientate yourself that way.
Yeah.
Not in Japan.
In Japan, north is still at the top, but Japan's in the center of the map. And you got the Pacific Ocean on one side and North America. And then you got the Eurasian continent goes this way.
Yes. So yes. You're talking about global. Sorry, I meant like a city map, or you go to a park, like touring around.
Okay.
The maps are sideways, or however the park appears in front of
the
you,
map.
They spin the map. North is not at the top.
The maps are more orientated for like landmarks in the town.
Yeah,
I find.
Yeah.
Whatever's like the most famous landmark is like where the map will be centered.
Hard for me to wrap my head around that. Yeah. And here's a good question. I have not, but maybe Fermented Cinema has a different answer, or maybe Raw Thunder has. Speaking of Google Translate, have you guys ever used it to talk with someone through your phone in a non-English country?
No. I'm an old-fashioned guy.
Yep.
I'm an old-fashioned guy.
Yeah. Me too.
Google Translate is a good tool of like when I'm studying and I'm trying to learn, and sometimes there's like a kanji I don't know. I'm going to look at it, but I always try to write my messages myself first, and I always try to read things myself first. And speaking,
Exactly.
you want to use your own mind power for your own skills, because if not, for me it's the same with driving. I never use navigation systems. I just make mental maps of everywhere I go, and you remember it. Yeah. So people are so lazy these days. It's look at the nav, do nothing. Just always rely on translate apps. You don't learn the language. It's like I think that's a big part of why people are getting so dumb these days, is because no one's exercising their mental power.
100%, man.
Yeah.
I would.
Onaji. Chizu wa. Yeah, I look at the map, and I remember what I see on the map, and then I go there and I try. I don't want to be staring at a screen or having some navigation system talk to me.
Exactly.
Yeah, same. No, same here. I'll like, of course, if it's somewhere I haven't been, I'll study the map before I go. Right? I'll check the map.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, I got to turn here and got to do this. This road, the number 2. Okay, and then you go and you drive.
And I still take the Lonely Planet paperback guidebook with me instead of just my phone. Because I mean, what happens if you lose your phone? You know, when I travel,
exactly. You know,
I like the plus the Lonely Planet. That book is handy for killing spiders and whatever else you might find.
Oh man, that was I love Lonely Planet. They got great stuff, and
they do.
Talking about relying on your phone for everything these days. A new trend that I absolutely hate, and it's happened here in Japan now a couple times to me, but I know it's in North America too, is you go to a restaurant and you say, "Where's the menu?" And they say, "Oh no, you got to scan the code and the menu's on your phone." And I'm like, I don't want to use my goddamn phone to look at your menu.
Oh my God.
Yeah, I hate that so much. I'm like, no. I want a menu in my hands.
Hey, Rusty. Rusty, we're talking with a friend of ours who's coming to us live from Japan right now. Rusty, Fermented Cinema.
That's right.
Is in Japan as we speak, and we're talking about holidays in Japan. And I'd like to show this if I could right quick. Let's. I've got a video here.
A video. All right, let's watch.
Yeah.
Did you catch Bigfoot in action?
I didn't. I didn't. Not this time. To get the audio, I'm gonna have to do this. Okay, we can do that. All right, let's do this. And then share that. And this one. Grab that one and make it big. We'll hide that and let's play.
Is that outside a hotel window?
From a train platform.
Oh, I thought you were walking on stilts.
No, elevated train platform. There we go. That's an elevated train platform. But that's how crowded these festivals are. And so now, what's this thing we're looking at? A mikoshi. Is this a mikoshi?
The one you're looking at there, that's the smaller ones. That's where the actual for a specific temple or shrine, that's where the god lives. Will be in that one.
And it's a wooden structure. It's and people carry it around on their shoulders. The guy's wearing no pants. The guy's wearing no pants.
Yeah.
And the headband.
Wearing the happy. Yeah. Yeah. And they'll carry it around. So I've been to these types of festivals many times.
He's got no pants.
So much fun.
I know he's carrying the mikoshi because he's not wearing pants.
The festivals I take part in have pants, so I'm wearing pants.
Okay, I'll play one more time. It's just jam packed. But Japan has in the cities they have a lot of elevated platforms, so you can get a good view. And you can drink in public, Rod. You can carry your beverage with you.
Oh, like Cuba.
Japan totally is so layered. Japan is so layered, especially like the big cities. That when you're in downtown Osaka, I had this bizarre moment where it's like, because you got the bullet trains, you got the highways, you got the overhead platforms, you got like 10 levels underground, different subways connecting each other and stuff, and you're like, sometimes you're like, where exactly is ground level? Am I at ground level? I have no idea. You're like, where am I?
You have no idea how high up you are. 100%.
Yeah, it's a cool experience.
Hey, Fermented. I'll have to hook you up with my my buddy Harry Smith. He's kind of living in Japan, as far as I know. He's also the son of the British Bulldog, Davy Boy Smith. So he goes by Davy Boy Smith. Yeah, Davy Boy Smith Jr. Yeah, but
cool. Yeah, no, if he's in Japan, definitely.
He's absolutely hooked on that culture there. Like I can like I follow his accounts and everything in WeChat once in a while, and like and he's just he bloody loves Japan. So like the warrior culture and everything.
Oh, it's hard not to love it here. It's great.
It is gorgeous.
Oh, that'd be cool. Yeah, definitely link us up.
Yeah, you bet, man. I'll have to again. I'll send you his profile and whatnot. So
awesome.
How can you not love Japan? I mean, look at this.
Yeah.
Now, this was just around the corner. I lived just northeast of Tokyo, about an hour on the train. And that was a local shrine. Now the entrance, you wouldn't know it from the street. It was just maybe about 4 foot wide. It looked like a sidewalk that just went down a back alley, and then you followed that, and it opened up into this. What you see here? Is
that snow?
That it is snow. Yeah, it is snow.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, that was snow. And right here at New Year's, something takes place with this.
I love ringing the big bell.
Right? So I spent New Year's right here in my neighborhood. This is and every neighborhood I guess has one. And how many times do they ring that again, Ian? 200 or 121. They ring the bell.
You gotta say it one more time. The audio clip there.
Sorry, you have to ring the bell 121 times, isn't it?
No, it's well, it depends. There's obviously different traditions in different areas. A lot of that'll be like maybe like the official like monks' work, but like for the people that come in. So on New Year's, everyone on New Year's, you make your first pilgrimage to any temple or shrine that of your choosing, and you go there. You give your donation. You do your prayer. They have lots of fortune slips you can take. The funny thing about that is if you don't like your fortune, you can just discard it. And you just tie it on this rope. Say, screw that one. And you get another one. I don't like that. Oh, until you get the one you like.
That's funny.
That's right.
So and then
here, give me another one.
Give me another one. Come on, give me another one. I'm not done with this yet. and then you get all your good luck charms for the year. Like my wife gets one for like my car and her car. We got ones for our kids. And then, yes, most have the big bell, and there's usually a lineup for it. And you go up.
Yep.
Again, another donation.
Yep. I didn't.
They're always like 10 yen donations or whatnot, and just flip those in there, and then you get to ring the big bell. Boom. So yeah, when there's a lineup, only one time each. Yeah.
Local graveyard. They're very. A lot of the holidays in Japan seem to commemorate the spirits or the people that have passed on, which is kind of cool. Yeah, and Japan is gorgeous. This is it. This is the entrance to. This was in my local.
In summer, there's Obon, which is like the big festival for like remembering your ancestors. Yeah,
that's right. Yeah, that was fantastic. And so this was in Kunara, which is in the north. Is it north in the mountains of Kyoto? Yeah, and so they have these torches, and they light them on fire, and they're very heavy. And a couple of guys will carry them around, and they burn, and they drop embers and sparks on their back. and they carry them around. And this is one of the symbols that was at that festival, the Kununara Fire Festival. And if you're in Kyoto, it takes place at around the same time as Oban in the fall in Kyoto. So I caught them at the same time. And yeah, these dudes just light stuff on fire, and then and carry them around here. And again, they're not wearing pants, and the embers are dropping on their backs, their bare backs and buttocks. And it's because it's manly, right? It's masculine. It's a sign of honor if you burn yourself, I think.
Godzilla's bomb.
And yeah,
I'm sorry, I had to laugh.
And they carry these through the streets, and the streets are crowded and narrow, and I'm surprised they don't hit onlookers. And there's a lot of drinking involved, and they're very heavy. That is Godzilla's. Yeah, that's right. But yeah, they're very, very heavy. Yeah. Sorry, we'll get rid of that. But it was an incredible festival, and then it ended with a giant bonfire in town that is that big. I mean, that's the 3-story flame you're looking at. It's the biggest bonfire I've ever
I can see.
seen.
Holy crap!
It's the biggest bonfire rod I've ever seen in my life. The Kununara Fire Festival. Yeah, in Japan, just beside, just north of Kyoto in the mountains there. Unbelievable.
Wow.
Yeah, it's sorry, it is Kurama. Kurama no hi matsuri. So he is fire. So Kurama and Matsuri is festival. Kurama no hi matsuri is the name of this. Yeah. There you go. And again, no pants. I don't know why. But what a festival. See, yeah, it was big, man. It was huge. Oh, Rod dropped out, but he'll be back in. Have you got a chance to go to Kyoto during the Oban? Ian?
Yeah, no, I'm just having a little odd technical difficulty there, but I think I'm back. Can you hear me?
I can, yes. I can definitely hear you. And
awesome.
Hello,
where did Rod go?
He dropped out, but he does that, and he'll drop back. He's got the keys. He can let himself back in.
Okay. Yeah, no. Sorry about that. I was on my Wi-Fi, and it was really bizarre because my Wi-Fi, for some reason, you would just freeze, and I wouldn't be able to hear you, but I could hear Rod, and it was the most bizarre thing. Okay. Yeah, and then I checked my phone because I was like, okay, well, how's the stream going on my phone? And because my phone's not on the Wi-Fi, it's just on the data, and it was fine. So I'm like, what the hell? So I cut off my Wi-Fi, and then I just linked my phone. So I'm going off my phone's data now, and now I can hear you.
Oh, okay, good. All right, fine. No, that's good. And I want to say hello to Suzanne. Welcome to you. She's coming to us from Saskatchewan.
Hello, Suzanne.
And this explains all the Japanese game shows that involve pain, says Molecular Arts. Yeah, it's a manly thing. If the fire and the sparks go down your bare back, that's a badge of honor. Really. William Shakespeare says USA can drink in public as well as long as no one is looking, and Vegas. Thailand can drink in public.
Canada.
Most countries that I've been to in the world, you can drink in public. It's just Canada and the countries that came from England, basically. You can't.
Yeah, again, it's the Anglosphere. That damn Anglosphere.
Yep, that's right. And my handy dandy guidebook. That's right, Parrothead. Absolutely, Parrothead. And the Lonely Planet has a couple of blank pages in the back that are really thin, because all the pages in the guidebook are thin. And if you run out of papers, you can roll a doobie using those blank pages. Allegedly, so I've heard. Not that you want to be doing that in Japan, because you can go to jail.
No. For anyone planning to come to Japan, I will warn you right now. In Japan, they are super strict on banned substances coming into the country, you will be imprisoned. Even if it's like one doobie, you'll be imprisoned. And they don't make any distinctions between quantities. They don't make any distinctions between hard and soft drugs. It's all the same.
Yep.
That's it.
That's exactly. Yes, that's why I never smoked weed in Japan. Ever did I smoke any weed in Japan.
But you can get liquor everywhere. So don't worry. Liquor is flowing like water around here.
Of substances that will numb your head.
And alleviate your sorrow.
William Shakespeare says that is a very cool story about the first Valentine. Yeah. And do you mind reading this from DVP? I don't think we've read that yet.
It seems like it could be pretty useful, but I've never tried it. I would feel weird getting a hotel room from a clerk using Google Translate. Yeah, again, you want to. It might be painful, but you want the experience of pushing yourself to learn.
That's 100%. On the plane ride over, I would be, learning because again, the Lonely Planet guidebook has a small vocabulary or a small translator, a couple of pages in there. So I'm studying it before I get in the country. So.
Exactly. Just have your pocket dictionary with you, key phrases.
Except for China. I could not do that in China because you can't just study 20 words of Chinese. Like, good fucking luck.
No.
But I could read Japan because I had spent a year in Japan and I could read a tiny bit of the characters in Japan, the kanji.
Yeah.
I could read at least for exit and entry. Chicken, cow, those things are
some basic menu items and stuff like that.
Kanji, the symbols are the same. The languages are not written the same at all. That's not what I'm saying. But one is derived. Japanese is derived from Chinese, so there is a similarity enough that you can.
This is what's a little bizarre is Japanese grammar and English grammar are complete opposite. Like it is so hard. When you first start learning Japanese, to wrap your mind around the grammar. I'm used to it now, so I can go back.
Star Wars fans.
Yes, you talk like Yoda. Exactly. Speaking Japanese is forever talking like Yoda.
That's
essentially
correct. Literally. That is how the grammar structure is. It's like Yoda. Do any cultures throw durian with a phone number? Oh my God!
Only a lady with a stanky ass.
Oh my God!
It's got the durian.
Funny. Throw the orange at the dude. Well, it would be more effective. I'm very practical, and that's Rod. I don't know where Rod is right now. I bet he can let himself back.
Rod's out picking oranges right now.
Yeah, throwing an orange might be yes, that's true. No, good. Some beverage should help you with that, William Shakespeare.
A good-looking and wealthy dude would be pelted by oranges. Yeah. Every year, a couple millionaires die under an orange avalanche.
That's right.
Suffocated.
That's right. And now, another thing that's very popular in Japan and very much a part of all the holidays in Japan. So we've talked about Valentine's Day and New Year's of ringing the bell. And sorry, I've forgotten how to say Happy New Year's in Japanese.
Oh my God! You know what? Okay, I think it's Akimashite Omedetou gozaimasu. Yeah, that's it. Yeah. But which is like opening. Congratulations, opening would be like the direct translation.
Start of the new year. Yeah.
Yeah.
Honestly, I lived there in 2004, 2005. I had a Japanese girlfriend after that.
Just a couple of years ago.
Yeah, it was. But and after moving back to Canada, then I met a Japanese girl. But she never wanted to talk Japanese, although occasionally we would. So that wasn't really much practice. But it's surprising how much I remember. It's not bad.
Well, the Jinja Ninja's here, and he did the long form of it.
Hey,
the
Jinja Ninja is here.
But like the short, casual, like what you say to everybody is usually just "Akimashite," only the gozaimasu. Yes, hello, the Ginger Ninja.
Man,
Yes.
it's great to see. Hey, buddy, if you want to come up with us, I can throw you the link. You're more than welcome to come on up, and we can talk about holidays in Japan. And what is your, now? When I first arrived in Japan, it was the middle of April, and so what is special about April in Japan?
Oh, well, April is, of course, first of all, cherry blossoms.
Bingo.
Hugely big. Yeah.
Sakura.
And also it's the start of the year. It's school in Japan, and a lot of businesses, like the fiscal year starts on April 1st.
Yep.
So everything is spring and fresh and new. It's similar when you think about it. You're like, well, why doesn't everything start on January 1st? But then you realize it's like, oh, well, that's kind of weird. But also in Canada, why does school start on September? Right? It's weird stuff like that, right? Like
that's right. That is so weird. And something that that now see, they put me straight to work. I didn't get a chance to enjoy the Cherry Blossom Festival in Japan because I worked for Nova, and Nova for
Nova's
some
gone,
reason,
buddy.
they are. I know because they had their business model was open a new school at every train station, like open a new school every month, just ever expansion. It was a pyramid scheme. It was literally it was a pyramid scheme, I think. But all the students wanted to learn English during the holidays. So we were at our busiest as teachers during the holidays. So everyone was working and it was very hard to get time off. But I know it was common for the Japanese people during the Cherry Blossom Festival to go and sit in the parks, and drinking in public again is legal.
Mm-hmm.
And with your sake, and you sit under a cherry blossom tree, and you sit with your family and friends drinking sake.
Yeah.
Watch it. The rice cooker's done.
That's it. How did you know? My rice cooker
I know, because
done.
I've got the same. I'm going to go get it. I have a rice cooker from Japan. And I can't
my rice is done. That's my dinner rice.
I know. I can't read the fucking thing. I just know what buttons to press. I cannot read it because I can't read that much kanji. I was only there for a year and a half, right? But but getting back, the Japanese people will go and sit under the cherry blossoms trees and drink the sake and watch the cherry blossoms fall. And it's gorgeous. They appreciate nature.
That's called hanami. So like literally flower watching. It's called the Hanami Matsuri desu. So the
Hana is flower. Yeah. Hana means flower in Japan. Yeah. And hello, DJ Play Nice. Hey, great to have you here. And I want to.
Oh man, I love Rob. Nice to see you. Actually,
Rob Atlas.
I should have got the they already have Japan. They already got the Hanami special beers out, which is literally the same beer. But now the can has Sakura on it.
The can has the Sakura, of course. Absolutely.
The first time I bought that, I was like, oh, is it going to be like a different flavor? Oh, it's the same beer. It just has flowers on the can.
That's right.
God damn it. Yeah.
And the Ginger Ninja. Yes, the Parrot Head, thanks for the heads up on this stream. I like to have talks. We've talked about Japan. Every few months we get together, and you know what? Fermented Cinema and I should do more often. We should get together and talk Japan. I love it.
Yes, no, I want to. Actually, in general, I just want to say in general because I haven't even done my own live streams in about a month and a half, just because I've gotten.
I'll come on your channel.
Yeah, you got to come on my channel. I want to.
We'll come on the Ginger Ninjas, who says he can't come on right now. He would love to hop on, but he has a deadline on these Star Wars sketch cards and got to get to them.
Oh, my goodness.
Good for you.
Actually, the Ginger Ninja just asked, yes, I am in Japan. I'm actually in Shikoku in Kagawa. I've been here now for...
Rob Atlas was there, 91,
12
92.
years.
Wow.
91, 92. That's long before me.
I was there in 2004. If you
I got here in 2013, September 2013, and time goes by so fast. It's kind of
Tell
funny
me
because like
about it, man. You're not
when
kidding.
I first came, all my students, everyone, like the Vancouver Olympics happened in 2010. So
Yes, I
when I
know.
told my students I'm from Vancouver, first thing everyone said was, "Oh, the Olympics, the Olympics."
That's right.
And now, if you say that, nobody knows, right? All the kids now
No.
don't know anything. The Vancouver
No,
Olympics are
because
ancient history now.
that's right. Just a
Yeah,
second. I'll be right back.
yeah. Ah, man. Well, molecular arts, arigato gozaimasu. Yes, very nice. Yeah. I tell you, learning Japanese, it's definitely a learning curve. I see some people in the chat here say that they can speak Japanese as well, or at least I saw someone said their family can. Reading kanji, I'm up to about, for reading, up to about 1,000 kanji. But for writing, only about 500.
So this is
there's your rice cooker.
This is a rice cooker, and you press that button, and in there you put the.
You got your bowl.
I have the bowl in the fridge because I cooked rice. And you put the bowl here, yeah, and then you put that close, and the steam comes out the top, and I have no idea what the hell that comes.
Oh, it's blurry. I can't see it.
Yeah, no, it's too small.
Yeah.
But on the front, I know that I press this red button, and it makes rice. And that's all I know.
Well, man, if you want one day, I can help you with some of your options, like because like we have you can set the timer. Do you know how to set the timer?
This one keeps warm.
Yeah, it keeps warm. Yeah.
No, that's too complicated. I'm a simple guy. That keeps warm, and that starts it, and that keeps warm, and that's all I need. And this is the countdown. This is the countdown digital clock right there. And I didn't know. My Japanese girlfriend got so upset because I washed with a wet cloth inside here, and for a month it stopped working. She was pissed.
Oh, yeah. No.
But it just came back to life all of a sudden. Because I think the rice dust sucked up the moisture. I don't know, but it came back to life. Yeah. I love this thing.
If you're actually going to wash the inside of it, you either do it completely dry or just with the tiniest amount of dampness, like nothing to soak it. Just a little, yeah.
Well, but after a month, it came back to life. and the cord, you pull. And so this is designed for 100 volts because Japan is not 110 volts, not 120.
Yeah.
Japan is 100.
In general, though, I found that because I've bought stuff in Japan and I use it in Canada. In general, they work fine enough, and vice versa too. They it's going to Europe where you'll blow stuff. That's when you go to Europe.
Oh, dude!
Yeah,
I had a camera. It was a Sony camera actually, and I plugged in the battery charger, and you could up the voltage or down the voltage for travel, right? Yeah. And I accidentally pushed it the wrong way, so it took the 240 and upped it into the battery, and we came back after dinner, and the whole upper floor of the hostel smelled like burned plastic.
Oh, jeez! Oh, God, that's dangerous.
You're the only one there.
Yeah.
So thankfully, but yeah,
it didn't catch fire. Yeah, you're lucky.
No.
How about I went to I actually went to Africa. I was in Senegal working there, and me and my coworker, we're doing a video project, and we brought 2 power bars with us, and they were supposed to be adapted to the voltage system there, right? And we plugged in one power bar, turned it on, the thing just immediately shorted out. And we're like, huh.
Wow.
And then in retrospect, it was so stupid of us. I don't know why. We plugged the next one in and tried it again, and that one shorted out. And then we just looked at each other. We said, that was stupid. Why did we do that? That was dumb.
Oh, wow.
We're dumb.
Yeah, that's a dumb idea.
We're dumb.
Yeah, we did it twice nonetheless. Yeah, well, I mean, they do say try everything twice. Africa, that's a great song by Toto.
Yes,
by the band called Toto.
Well, one of these days, Canadian Spider-Man, we still have to do my Africa trip. I want to tell you about my time in Africa. Yeah,
I was there for 2 months. I'd like to do that.
Yeah.
Yep, and you can call me Steve just to make it easier.
Okay. Yeah,
that makes it.
Call me Ian.
So can you read? So, anata no nihongo ga para para desu ka?
This Nishi Nishiku. Yeah. Oh man, those are like old I don't think those are sake barrels, but that looks
No.
like old barrels for fermenting talking about fermented cinema. For fermenting shoyu, soy sauce.
Yeah, soy sauce. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's what I was wondering because they didn't like sake barrels are similar, but not like this. No.
No,
And,
they're not. Yeah.
so I was asking in Japanese, I was asking Fermented Cinema if his Japanese was fluent. Para para is fluent as far as.
So pera pera desu. Yeah. Nihongo pera pera desu.
Anata
Eigo
no
pera pera desu. Yeah.
So yeah, that's the soy sauce barrels. Yeah, and just Japan is just gorgeous. Now this is in Kyoto. This shot, and I don't know what that. I don't know what that is. That's a handsome young dude.
Costume.
It's a Halloween costume
Get your
store.
costume.
So right, this is a Halloween costume store in Japan, right, Ian?
Oh, that's exactly what it is.
The Halloween costume store.
There's nothing else happening there.
That's nothing else. Nope, that's a Halloween because we're talking about the holidays in Japan. And This is a Halloween costume store. Wink, wink.
And the Japanese know how to have fun.
They do. Oh, okay. These are sake.
There's some sake barrels. Yeah, there we go.
Now, can you read these kanji? No.
The
top one looks like
the top ones
gold.
On both barrels I can read the top one, but not the bottom kanji. So the top one for the first one is Nichi. But I don't know what the bottom one is, and the next one is money, like kane or kin.
Okay,
gold.
Kane, right? Cosplay. Yeah. That's right, Rob Altus. That's right. Yes. Press X to
but
down.
these also look like kind of like not stylized, but kind of like older style. Yeah.
Well, this was in Kyoto, so I mean, Kyoto is very old world. You know, they're because it used to be the capital of Japan before Tokyo, right back in the Edo period.
Well, that's why. Kyoto. So like Tokyo's East capital. Tokyo's East capital. Yeah.
Is that what Tokyo
Kyoto
means?
literally means capital city. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Do you mind reading this from our friend Sashi?
Sojirushi is too expensive in Malaysia. Usually, we use Philips. I do have a small regular Sojirushi, though. Not the digital one.
Oh, okay. That's...
So Sashi's in Malaysia, eh?
Yes. Yep, that's right.
Oh, wow.
Okay. And Ginger Ninja, yes. I don't know if I'm friends with you on X, but find me... Spider _ Canadian. Find me on X, the Jinja Ninja, and I'll send you a link. Let me just get the link right here. And yeah, come on and let's talk. Let's talk about Japan, and let's talk about what holidays. Now, what's your I did like my most memorable holiday in Japan was the Fire Festival. But what about for yours? Now, also that same week, Kyoto had the Oban Festival, and that's where they light up the hillsides around Kyoto, and the bonfires spell out in the fire. They spell out in giant form. Different symbol. One is a boat. I remember you can look at the hillside and that's a picture of a boat on fire. And then there's other kanji, simple kanji that they do around. Have you? Yeah. Do you know what I'm talking about?
I know of it, but I've never attended that one.
Okay.
I've been again. I'm on Shikoku, and I've been pretty. Shikoku's interesting. It's one of those things. You get an island mentality within an island. A good equivalent of it is like living on Vancouver Island, right? It's kind of like once you're there,
yes.
Once you're there, it's like I could go to the mainland, or I could just kind of chill out here. Right?
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah,
You're right.
you get into that, and it's like, there's still like millions.
Gotcha.
There's still like enough people here, enough cities here, places to go here, and events. So it's like I've always just been sticking mostly to the Shikoku area, especially since COVID. Since COVID came,
Yep.
it just made again one of those things. Like I used to go to Osaka a lot and Tokyo sometimes, but then COVID came, and you just get stuck in your pattern where you're like, you know what, I just enjoyed hanging around here, and now I'm stuck in it, right? Just kind of.
No, you're right. When I lived on it, I escaped the. You were earlier, just a few minutes ago, talking about the Winter Olympics in Vancouver.
Yeah.
Well, a lot of those high alpine events were held where I was living, just north of Vancouver, in Whistler Ski Resort.
Mm.
It was a co-hosted Vancouver and Whistler. Everyone always leaves Whistler out of it, but it was co-hosted by Whistler, and I escaped because it was the conspicuous consumption it weighed so heavy on my soul. I had to leave and get out of there, and it was just nuts and busy and crazy. And so I went to Vancouver Island. So I lived on Vancouver Island for 3 years. And you're right. I didn't really backpack much when I was there because once you get on the island, you just don't want to leave. So
yeah, it's weird, and it's the classic. Like there really is worldwide like an island culture mentality. And once you're on an island, you're just like, I'm on the island now, right? It's like it's weird.
And I sent you a link, the Ginger Ninja, and yes, bless the rains down in Africa. That is such a good song. Love that song. Ooh, trying to learn Mandarin, Rob Elvis.
As my fiance is Taiwanese. Damn. Oh, damn. 我在西门飞者大学学习汉语. I studied Mandarin at Simon Fraser University.
Oh, wow.
我是很漂亮. You are very beautiful.
Ooh, see, that's okay. I learned a bit. That's similar in Japanese, but it's not quite the same. It's iopai.
Oh yeah.
That's not quite the. It's you don't want to say that to the girls.
No. You know they got nice tits. No, you want to say, あなたはとても綺麗です. You are very beautiful. Or
hello, Ginger Ninja.
Oh, hello, Ginger Ninja.
Hey, how's it going?
It's going fantastic.
Good,
welcome
good.
And hello.
Drinking some asahi.
Konbanwa. Konbanwa. 日本語が話せますか？
少ししか食べれません。
はい。
嘘。ペラペラでしょ？
はい。ペラペラ
多分今から僕たちは日本語でだけ話しましょ
う。OK。大賛成です。やろう。
チャットは大丈夫かな？
So we're just asking if we're just asking the Ginger Ninja if he speaks Japanese.
Yes,
he
does. And then I said we should do the rest of this broadcast only in Japanese.
Only in Japanese, yes. Let's not.
We might lose a couple of viewers that way.
Yeah. Okay. Well,
it'll be like Andy Kaufman type situation. Maybe a few will stick in for a while, but we'll lose them.
Sure. Yeah, that's from the China show again. That's such a great show. So what's now? This isn't part of a festival, but this is part of Japanese culture that I found fascinating. And I actually stumbled upon this because when I was in Japan, I love to wander around back alleyways, knowing just enough Japanese to get myself in trouble. And I stumbled, and I'm taking this through a crack in a fence. What's going on here? The Ginger Ninja.
It's Kudo.
Yeah.
Sorry, I stole it from you, Ginger Ninja.
Oh, no,
sorry.
that's okay. Actually, this is a disciplinary method that they use on bad kids in school. So they just, it's like, they put the apple on the head and they shoot an arrow at them. If you're out of line. That's exactly what this is. No lies.
Okay.
And by the way, Natsukashi means nostalgic.
Oh,
yes. Exactly.
Yeah.
Very good.
That's one of those words. It's so easy in Japanese. They have so many words that are just like expressions, like one word or two word expressions. Then in English, it's just like Okay, how do I say that? And you have
Like
to go,
Genki.
you have to yeah.
Genki.
A
the first
Genki,
one,
yes, I love
Genki.
Genki. Are you Genki?
I
Genki
love
desu ka?
Genki.
Genki desu
Yeah.
like means like I'm energetic. I feel
Yeah.
good. Yeah.
Yep, that's
Yeah.
right.
Yeah, there's a ton of them like that.
Although
It-
they need more diversity when they watch fireworks, because every fucking firework is Sugoi.
Sugoi. Oh
Everything,
yeah, Sugoi, Sugoi.
everything is Sugoi, which
It's
means
Well,
actually
awesome.
they
it's
actually have
actually
a kabayan.
interesting. It's interesting seeing like learning Japanese where it's like there's times where it's like English falls short. I'm like they don't have like a good enough expression to cover this feeling, or like this range of feelings, and then vice versa. You'll have it where it's like in Japanese where it's like for example like cooking like yakimas. They use
Yes,
yaki
Yeah.
for like grilling. They use it for barbecuing. They use it for roasting. It's like no. These are all different, but they just say yakimas, right?
Yeah.
And you're like, no. Yeah. So it's
That's
interesting how each
It goes both
language
ways,
has
doesn't
its like, yeah. Oh, that's a
There's
beautiful setting.
Subarashi. Yes,
Where's
that's
this?
right. I was going to ask either of you. This is where Commander Perry first landed with the black ships.
Commander
Oh,
Luke
okay.
Perry from Friends.
Yes, Commander Luke Perry. From France, that's right.
Now, did he? I have to brush up on my history. Where did
That's
he
what I
land in at?
believe.
Yeah.
I could be. I mean, this was 2004, so my memory could be faulty. So take everything with a
I
grain
love-
of salt. But I believe this is where Commander Perry. I mean, I know where this is because I took the friggin' picture. This is Shimoda.
Oh, okay.
South of
You know-
Tokyo, near the
That would make
Izu
sense.
Hanto, near the Izu Peninsula.
You know, like the classic, and I find annoying saying of like, oh, it's all just dead white men, like in like history textbooks and stuff like that.
Mhm.
Here,
Yep.
what's so funny is in all my Japanese schools, they'll have like big banners of all the historical figures of Japan, and it's all dead Japanese men, except for two white men. There is a Portuguese man. I forget his name. There's one Portuguese guy that's always included, who like opened up trade. So there was a time where Japan only traded with Portugal, and then there's Luke Perry, and there's Luke Perry. So they'll be like the only non-Japanese men that are included on like the long history of like people. Yeah.
Now, what do you think they're now? We all know what they're.
Okonomiyaki.
Chat. What do you think they're making here? And this is okonomiyaki, which took me so long to learn how to say.
But which version? Does anyone know which version this is?
Yes.
Because there's two major versions in the chat. Do you know what version is this?
I didn't know
Yeah.
that.
This is my favorite one.
Yeah.
This is my favorite one.
Too.
Yeah.
I would say I like. I haven't had it for a long time, to be honest.
So this is okonomiyaki for the chat, and this
is
is basically a cabbage pancake. Right?
Obiyaki. Good try, Max Redstone. This
okonomiyaki.
Okonomiyaki. This is Hiroshima style because it's got the noodles.
Oh, I've only had the Hiroshima style.
I like it with the noodles because the noodles get kind of burnt and crispy.
Right.
On the bottom, and then they flip them over
texture.
on the top and put the sauce. Yeah, I like the texture.
And these towels, these towels around his neck, that every Japanese dude owns one of these, and especially the cooks. And is there a special name for that? There is, isn't there?
It's just the sweat rag because it is humid as balls in Japan in the summer. So yeah.
And if you're getting out of line, your wife just grabs it and pulls it tight and gets you into line. That's what it's.
Yeah, if you're not wearing your tie, she'll strangle you with that.
The summers, because I taught just north of Tokyo, about an hour in Abiko, on the Joban line. So I taught in the summers, and my housemate and I would carry our shirts, our dress shirt and tie, on the clothes hanger, and just wear like a t-shirt undershirt on the train, and carry the shirt with us until we got into the air conditioned, and every building is air conditioned, into the school. Because otherwise, if you wore your shirt out walking to the train
Oh.
station, you'd be wrecked.
It'll be disgusting. It'll look like a wet t-shirt contest. It's so gross.
And how many
It's so gross.
how many businesses in Japan, this drove me nuts, try to air condition the outdoors and heat the outdoors?
Well, this is what's infuriating about Japan is they'll try and like cool down the front of like a store or something, but when you work in the schools, the hallways are not climate controlled. The rooms will be, but the hallways are cold as hell in the winter.
They are.
And
they don't really have the central heating or any kind of air
Yeah.
conditioning here. It's just like in each
It's
room,
room
has
by
its own
room.
device. Yeah.
yeah.
And it is delicious, DVB. I know it doesn't sound delicious.
Oh,
The
it's great.
sauce.
Okonomiyaki is amazing. I got some in the
It's
freezer
delicious.
right now. Oh, actually,
Yep.
I got to mix my rice. I'll be back in one.
Oh, yeah, you do. That's right. We heard your rice go off.
Yeah.
I love Dang Bing in Taiwan, says Rob Altus. It's also a pancake of sorts, similar to okonomiyaki. Okay, well, that's cool.
Mm.
That's known as char kei kok. Rice cakes in a similar manner. Well, that's, I tried not to make fun of that too much.
So, Canadian, this is the first time we've been on stream together. I believe.
It has, and I'm so glad
Yes.
because I've often popped in and have seen your, but I just see your hands
Oh, yeah.
often. So this is fantastic to have you here.
No,
And,
I've been drawing and painting since 9:30 this morning, and it's about 6:10. So you could do the math. I was like,
I was
okay.
going to
good
say
for
you're
you.
also in Japan live right now, aren't you?
Yes. Good excuse to take a break.
Ginger Ninja,
Perfect.
you do arts and drawing. You gotta check out my channel. I want to know what you think about my cartoons. So I do lots of little animations and
Yes.
stuff, and
All right.
I also got
What- is there-
videos on Japan too.
Is there a link in here, or I'm looking around?
Canadian Spider-Man,
Oh,
you don't mind sharing the link, do you, for my channel?
No, of course not. Yeah. Do you want to put it in the private chat, or I can? I've got.
Just put it in the public chat if anyone else wants to
I can
subscribe too.
absolutely. Yes, I can.
Awesome.
Of course, I can. I'd be a crappy host if I didn't do that.
So I got a few Japanese themed videos, and then I got a lot of cartoons and stuff. So
Nice.
yeah.
Oh man, here it is right here. Okay.
Whereabouts are you in Japan, Ginger Ninja?
I'm in Miyazaki. I'm down here in Kyushu.
Are you in Kyushu? My
Yes,
cousin
yeah.
is in Kyushu.
Oh, really? What part?
He's in Fukuoka.
Oh, okay. Cool. Yeah, I
That-
go there
yeah.
often.
I've got
I
a
love
good
it, too.
friend from Fukuoka, and
Yeah.
Kyushu is an island, one of the islands off.
Yeah.
Because Japan is basically 4 islands, I guess you'd say, more or less.
Right.
I'm on the smallest
Right.
one. I'm in Shikoku.
Goku.
Yeah.
So, oh yeah, okay. Subscribed.
Oh, thank you, sir.
So what city is
you
this?
got a channel as well?
I do. Yes.
He certainly
All right, I'm
does,
gonna have to-
and he draws art at really interesting hours early in the morning. And I'll wake up and I'll see him on, so I'll come on and I'll harass him in Japanese.
I
right.
haven't been doing as much as of late because I've been doing this. Did you make it out to the Comic Cons there, Fermented?
It's a long time ago, like about 8 years ago, like well before COVID, I did make it out. But I got 2 little kids now, so my time has just been
Max.
I hear you.
really occupied as of recent. I got a 5-year-old and a 3-year-old. So
Oh, okay.
yeah,
Wow, yeah, that's a handful. Well, I was just gonna say I've been exhibiting in Artist Alley.
Oh,
Osaka
really?
and Tokyo.
Cool.
Yeah, since
Nice.
2022 for the last 3 years.
Nice.
And yeah. So I didn't know if you happen to pop into the Osaka one. I'm going to be there this coming April.
That's
I
where
tell you
It's
what,
very
I might be able to because big news. I'm actually moving.
Oh, really?
Next month, I'm moving to Okayama.
Oh, okay.
nice.
Yeah, and it's only like a 40-minute Shinkansen ride from Okayama
yeah.
to Osaka, so I'll be able to I'll move around a lot easier.
Have you ever met
starting-
anyone Canadian?
No, never met Angry Canadian. There's a
Oh, I know
Uh,
you're Canadian.
He's another expat. He's up in well, actually, are they in Tokyo now? Are they in Osaka? I can't remember. No, they're in Osaka. Yeah.
I
well,
run into
since you're in
he's
Osaka,
gonna-
we got to meet then. We got to meet.
He's-
That'd be
he's
awesome.
going to help out at my booth. So if you guys
Oh,
come out,
cool.
we could definitely meet up. Yeah.
That is fantastic.
Awesome.
I know
That's in-
Angry Canadian from a political channel that I follow, Northern Perspective. Holy crap! If it's the same dude, yeah.
All right.
That's
So
awesome.
I found Jinja Ninja OWO. Is that you?
OWO. I wonder what that is.
Do you have 1.28 million subscribers?
That is not me. I'll throw it in the private chat.
Okay,
No,
okay.
So speaking of Osaka,
just
this
about
is
1.5 million away from that.
this is the Namba. This is the Namba region of Osaka.
Oh, I got lots of good memories in Namba.
And
That's where I first went to Japan. That's where I did my study abroad at.
And in the summer, everywhere in Japan, every city has their own summertime fireworks celebration. And every weekend, some cities are doing it. And this is the fireworks celebration that was taking place in Osaka, right in Namba. And that was the first time I'd ever seen. They had a bright orange, like an electric orange, and this is it here. And I'd never seen that firework color ever before in the world.
Mm.
And you gentlemen,
yeah.
Oh, sorry, go ahead.
Oh no, dozo, you gentlemen, dozo.
No, so down in the foreground, you see all those colored shops there.
Right.
They were doing all games for children and selling different snacks and foods.
Oh yeah.
I was going to say my favorite part of celebrations in Japan are those food stuff, the stalls full of food and the vendors.
Yeah, me too. It's you get the classic like cheese fries, and then you get the karage, then you get the like the squid, which is always one of my favorites, barbecue squid.
Ooh,
and then you get then there's like the goldfish one. Actually, my son, when he was 3, he caught 5 goldfish. 3 died instantly.
Oh no!
another one hung on for 1.5 years.
Oh,
and we still got one. We still got one, and it's like this big now. So this one goldfish has hung on for. My son turns 6 next week, so for 3 years, this one goldfish has hung on for 3 years, and it's like this freaking big now. So
that's impressive for. That's
he's gonna be a first grader next year then.
Yeah, he's first grader. Yeah,
there you go. Yeah.
Actually,
my daughter.
Oh, your daughter?
Yeah, she's gonna be going into the 4th grade.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
My son's gonna be first grader, and this is a little bizarre. He's going to be in my class.
Oh wow.
Yeah, because I starting a new job, and I'm gonna be teaching at a private school.
Ooh.
And it was funny because when I went there, because I've gone to a couple events now because they want to get me familiar with the school, and I went to like an open house event, and of course all the students there, their families are doctors and lawyers, so every car that's in the parking lot is a BMW, Mercedes, all these beautiful cars, and I'm in my little shitbox K car. Here comes the teacher, got me out. So but they said, my son can enter the school. It's normally about $1,000 a month admission for a child.
Wow.
So for me, they cut it down to $200, so I get $800 discount. So all right, he's gonna get a good education, and then I'm heading up the English immersion program. So I'll be teaching PE in English and like social studies in English and stuff. Beautiful. Yeah, and so. And they said, well, your son passed the test, so he's going to be in your classes. So I'm like, oh my God, the poor guy. And we asked my son, we're like, are you okay with, daddy being your teacher too? And he said he's okay, but he's nervous because he's super scared of calling me daddy in school.
And not all the other kids are gonna they're definitely gonna bug him about that.
Yeah, so I'm like, I understand.
So
yeah.
Well, what you could do is you could just get all the other kids to call you that.
To call me daddy. I'm Big Daddy, guys.
That's right.
It's Big Daddy. Yes.
Everybody calls me this now.
Problem solved.
Yeah, problem solved. I'm all your daddy.
What do you, Ginger Ninja? Do you recognize the fish that we're looking at?
Yeah. That's the. I'm horrible with fish names. I can't remember the name. I know it. If you said it.
Yeah, same. I'm the same as you. Yeah. I know it when I hear it, but to actually come off of like my head, I'm like, no. Just...
I think.
Saba? Is it Saba?
It's either Saba.
Saba.
Or Sama.
I was gonna say mackerel.
Yeah.
I think.
Yeah.
I think it is. Yeah.
The
mackerel.
And I am mackerel because we actually have a. Is that what we have in North Carolina? I'm from North Carolina, by the way.
Okay. Right. Yeah.
All right. So you're a mackerel guy, and Canadian Spider-Man and I we're salmon guys.
Definitely. But now this was at that festival, and you just pick up the stick, and they would eat the bones and almost everything.
Oh, yes. Yeah.
It's a whole thing.
The iwashi, the sanma as well. The sanma are the thinner ones. So that's what I was thinking at first, but it's the saba.
Crazy. Yeah. And I also have what you were talking about right here. The Ginger Ninja, or sorry, the Fermented Cinema.
Yeah,
it's
that's
upside
one of my
down.
favorite. Yeah. I love it.
Yeah,
me too.
Even if it's upside down, I'll eat it.
This is the squid, and oh my goodness, they barbecue now, and it's in a plastic tray, and you can buy this at the festival. This is disposable, and and it was very cheap. I think this was $2 or $3. And the sweet sauce, is that a sweet soy sauce maybe that they put on it? I don't know, but
down here they put mayonnaise on ours. Yeah, I don't know.
That's what I like, the mayonnaise. Usually they have a few types. It's also like Japan. So many things are regional. What condiments or flavors to be with it,
and they're famous for it.
Yeah. It's like I've been to places where it's salt. It's just salt. And there's a mayonnaise is popular in other areas, and then there's like what you were getting at, Canadian Spider-Man, like a sweet barbecue sauce is popular in different spots too. Yeah,
Japanese mayonnaise in general is much sweeter than North American mayonnaise, I would say.
I love Japanese mayonnaise.
I've forgotten what
Kewpie mayonnaise
tastes like anymore. I don't know.
Yeah.
The idea of mayonnaise coming in a glass jar is so foreign to me now. I'm like, no, it's a squeeze bottle like ketchup, right?
There we go. So this is the package. I took this while I was in Japan at the 7-Eleven, right? You can buy this in 7-Eleven here. I can't see a price. Oh, there's a date. There's a date. That's 2016.
Yeah,
I don't see a price there anywhere.
I don't see it either.
It's shoyu.eni.
That looks like your expiration date.
Yakigakita. Ika aburiyaki.
So, Ginger Ninja, あなたの漢字大丈夫読めますか?
大体.
You can read kanji.
Yeah.
After a year,
I can't read, but
a year I could only read like menus, maybe at the most. It's hard, it's hard.
It also gets. Oh,
go ahead.
Sorry.
Go ahead. No.
I say it's also hard. Like you learn kanji, but then you get like packaging like this, and it's like the stylized like fat version of kanji.
No kidding.
Because you learn literally perfect stroke, like perfect like printed.
Good luck reading this.
And then stuff like this is like handwriting. You're like, or like a scripture. You're like, it's like teaching someone printing and then giving them scripture. Like, can you read it? It's
I can read the ka. I can read the sa.
Yeah, it's ika, and it looks like ta, but it's got one extra stroke. But then
that's ika.
And something yaki. The bottom kanji is yaki.
Aburi.
Okay.
Aburi sama, aburi ika, aburi.
Okay, so that's the e and that's the ka. So ika and ika means squid, folks.
Yeah.
Okay, gotcha. It was so hard. I knew I could read stuff, and I knew that I was getting chicken, but I didn't know what form it was going to take. It was always a surprise because I insisted I would go to grocery stores, I would buy my own food, and I would do my own cooking. And you're buying this package, and you have I know it's chicken. Something in this contains chicken, and because I can read that.
It takes me back to like my the first time I ever came to Japan. It was in Osaka. I was a foreign exchange student there.
Oh yeah,
and yeah, and this one of the reasons I got really interested in Japan is we had an exchange, not exchange student, but a girl from Hiroshima came and studied at my high school, and that was kind of my introduction to it. And then her aunt took me out to dinner this one night, one of our first, after I'd been there for a few months. And I just wasn't feeling good that day, but I wasn't going to say no because she had invited me out.
of course.
And as we were, it was like a really, really fancy izakaya with all this really nice, rare Japanese food. Like,
And
you know,
izakaya is a pub. Yes.
yeah, the pub, yeah.
Yeah.
And then we're getting all of this kind of like raw octopus, there's all kinds of different kinds of just
Nice.
delicacies. But my
Taco
stomach
wasabi,
was just,
one of my
yeah,
favorite.
it's so good. But my stomach just started hurting more and more, and I was like, oh man, I just want
no.
something like, I was like, can I get some like karage or something like, we don't have karage. Can I just some chicken? They're like, oh, okay. And then they handed me out this, what I thought was karage, and I was like, this doesn't look like the normal karage. And I took a bite into it, and it was just crunchy and hard. And you know, it was the nankotsu, the cartilage.
Oh yeah,
Yes,
the knuckles.
Deep fried
Yeah.
cartilage. I was
Chicken
like,
cartilage. They
"Ah,"
eat
it
the
was just-
cartilage,
and
right?
it was the first time I'd ever had that. It was just wasn't. No, I wasn't having it at that time.
Unbelievable.
And I was like, oh no, oh I can't do this. Do you have anything else that's kind of like deep fried? Because I was just craving a deep fried. They're like, oh yeah, we have fish, deep fried fish. I was like, okay, cool. And then they brought out this deep fried fish thing. I'm looking, I'm like, this doesn't look like fish at all. And then I go and eat it, and I'm like, it's kind of like creamy inside. I'm like,
Oh.
what is this? They're like, oh, it's shirako. And I'm like, what's shirako? They're like, oh,
Shira is white.
yeah. And shirako, they're like, it's fish. I'm like, well, what part of the fish? Like the guts or something? They're like, no. It's male fish. And I went,
Oh.
Uh-oh.
male fish?
Oh.
They're like, yeah, you know, it's like the sperm.
Oh.
Ah!
Wow.
It's deep fried.
Jeez. Yeah. What was that word again? I better remember that.
Shirako.
Shirako. Well, shiro is white,
And
so
then cold. You get
children.
Child.
Yeah.
White
child, right?
child. That
Shirako.
literally
Yeah.
translates to white child.
So
White child.
needless to say, but yeah, I was like, no, I give up.
Yeah, it's
Nice.
funny. That's something I've had too. Is people take you, or you go to like fancy places,
Yeah.
and like for example, even like yakiniku, like barbecue and stuff. And you're like, I don't like
Yeah.
these cuts. I don't like this. The price is so high. Just take me to the greasy spoon. I love just the
Yes.
yeah. That's where I want to eat. Like
And yes, Rob
Do you
Altus.
guys do the hormone up there? Because down here,
yeah. They got the hormone up here.
yeah.
I'm not big on the hormone. The only thing I like it for is greasing the like if you're cooking on
Grill.
a pan, greasing the
Yeah,
grill,
yeah.
greasing the pan. It's good. That's it. The actual eating it, no.
What's
I'm
the
not big on the hormone.
Hormone are like the intestines and the
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah. No, that's
And-
really like down here. It's
you're right.
they're
Rob
really big
Altus.
for that down here. So
It's
we actually
it's
just went
tripe.
out for
It's
yakiniku
essentially
last night.
tripe.
Speaking of Calpis, yes, Calpis is a brand over in.
Oh,
there it
yeah.
used to be. Is it still there?
Kelpis. Oh yeah, Kelpies is huge. Yeah.
So we're
the
looking at the
or as my
vending
friend calls it, the
machine.
cow piss.
I don't
and-
see any in there, but you might have
No.
some pocari sweat.
But you
No.
can see at the underneath each of the
Oh,
beverages.
you got CC lemon.
the labels, some of the labels are blue and some of the labels are red underneath each beverage. What does that mean?
Sumitai atsui.
We, Jesus Christ. Hi.
Oui.
Or we.
Bonjour.
Hi. Sumitai is cold.
Blue-
So
No,
blue-
blue is what is it? Democratic and red is Republican, or is
that's correct. Yes. Yeah.
Or
blue is
conservative,
refrigerated,
red's
so-
liberal.
There we
For
go. There we go. That could be-
Canadian
And the
audience.
red beverages are atsui. They're or atatakai, which is
Yeah.
warm.
Atatakai
Well, no, they're not.
or
They're atsui. They're hot.
yeah.
And you
It's
can have the same, both in the same machine. You can have heated beverages and cold beverages in the same damn machine.
It's so cool how they do that too. I saw that they have like
That's right, Rob
the
Atlas.
the the whatchamacallit, the system in there, the refrigerating system. They
Yeah.
actually use it to.
To
I
heat.
can't explain it to you. Yeah, they
Yeah,
just heat it
because
up.
you're
It's so amazing.
yeah.
Well, yeah,
you're
because like
taking
because like
heat.
when you run an air conditioner,
Yep.
its exhaust is hot, so you can
Right.
use
That's
it
right.
as a heat
That
as
exhaust
well, right?
in
Yeah.
it. Yeah. Yeah.
I don't
What an
know.
ingenious
I
idea.
haven't seen Kingpin DVB.
Oh, that's a great movie. You have to excuse me, gentlemen. I'm already 2 tall boys in, so I got to go to
Oh
the.
yeah,
Ah,
absolutely. You go right ahead.
すいません、
はい、
トイレットに行きます。
はい、
お願いします。
はい、大丈夫。おしっこすごい大事ですよ。So I said peeing is very important, or pee is
yes,
very
it
important.
is.
Yeah. See, in Japan, I studied every day. 毎日勉強しました。でも、and 僕の耳いいですよ。My ears are good. I can
Your
can
listening's
hear
good? Yeah.
if they're talking slowly, and I'll say
Right.
you yukuri kudasai, slowly, please. But my problem was I could understand enough so that I knew what they were talking about, but I didn't know whether they were talking about it good or bad, and so I knew just enough to embarrass myself. And but I picked up a few expressions, like old expressions that really, and I would throw those out there every once in a while, and it really helped break the ice. Like this one,
Yeah. It's always good to do that, or learn a little bit of the
idiom.
local and vernacular.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yep. Sauru mo kikara ochiru. Do you know that one?
What, can you say that again?
It's an old idiom, old school.
Uh-huh.
Sauru mo kikara ochiru.
I don't think I've ever heard that one.
Yeah, my Japanese is bad, but you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Sauru mo kikara.
The monkey also falls from the tree.
Everyone makes mistakes.
Right. Yeah.
Correct.
Yeah.
That's there. Everyone makes mistakes. Even monkeys fall from trees.
Sarumo kikaru ochiru.
Yeah.
Okay. I'll
Even
say that one
monkeys
next time.
fall from trees. Yeah, no, that's an old school. And this one, it's what is it? It's Kaminari, Gaji, Jishin, Oyaji. The 4 scariest things in Japan: lightning, thunder, earthquakes, father.
I would actually change that last one to Okusan.
That's what I was going to say. It's your wife. Your wife.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
Have you heard that expression, Jinja Ninja?
Probably in the past. Yeah. It sounds familiar.
But
I thought you were going to say Pochila at the end.
I've pulled those out, and they laugh at you, and
yes.
they think that you're more familiar, that you're more para than you are, that you're more fluent than you are. But it was great fun learning it. It was fun.
It's always funny, when you speak to someone and they'll ask you a couple questions in Japanese and you answer. So then they think you're like completely fluent, and they'll just rip off a mile a minute. You're like, whoa, slow down, buddy. No, wait. I'm not quite there yet. And I was in front of the supermarket once. This is only like my second year in Japan, and there's this old man, and he's speaking Sanuki Ben, which is like the local dialect around here. And of course, we all learned like textbooks and stuff is all Tokyo dialect. So it's
that's right. Yeah, I learned Tokyo dialect.
Yeah, and he's like 80-something years old, gotta be, and he has no teeth. That guy could be speaking perfect English with no teeth, and I still won't know what the hell he's saying. And he just kept trying to talk to me. I'm like, dude, I'm sorry, this is not working. Sanuki Ben, you're like 80, only in Japan 2 years, and you got no teeth. This is not going to happen.
Yeah, I had 2 Japanese nurses, one on either side of me. They were like aunties. It's not like you think. They were older. They were older. Zen chigao. That means, if I understand, that means absolutely wrong. Zen chigao. Zen and chigao meaning actually chigao doesn't actually mean wrong. It means different.
Different.
Right?
Yeah.
The Japanese, they don't want to say you're wrong.
Chigao.
They just say chigao, like different.
Chigao. Yeah.
But yeah, I had one of them on. One of them was from Aomori, and she was chirping in one ear, and my Japanese sucked. And I had the other one who was speaking Tokyo, but she also spoke English, which was helpful. And the one was saying fushigi, which means amazing, right? Fantastic, spectacular. And the nurse beside me was saying fushini, which is Aomori Ben. It means amazing, but in Aomori, that's what they say. So it's not fushigi, it's fushini. And she kept saying fushini, and I was like, and my ears like fushigi, and she was actually saying fushini, different. And I heard it, and it was very confusing because they're so similar. But now I picked this up, and I use this as part of my teaching every day. And can you read the kanji? Can you read where?
Card.
What city is that?
Oh, actually, I don't know that one. The middle kanji's got me stumped.
It's like looks like Wagako.
It is ko.
Yeah.
Watashi
something ko. What?
Gamako? I can't read it.
Abiko.
Abiko. Oh, okay.
Abiko. Yeah. So
I
the
don't know the
train
middle kanji.
passes, and that's the date. That looks like the 2016.
That middle kanji is one for Mago for grandchild, I believe.
Yes.
Which one?
The middle one is for
okay.
And then the first one is
that's daughter, right?
The first one's like the
that's like
the traditional form of watashi, boku, right?
Yeah.
Boku, right? Yeah. Okay,
and then the last one's
less formal.
My grandchild. That's what it basically means.
Yeah.
Okay, boku is less for. If I want to say watashi wa, that is formal, and boku wa is the same thing but less formal. Right?
But only for men. Only men.
Only for men, right? Only for men.
Yeah.
Well, fortunately,
I always use ore.
Ore. Yes. The language is fascinating, but the holidays, the Japanese, the holidays for the Japanese seem to be food and drink.
Oh, actually,
I have no yeah.
Jinjanisha, do you know what a chosa is?
Chosa?
Yeah.
Oh, in like the chosa, like what, the investigation kind of chosa, or?
No. See, this is it. Yeah, it's not that. This is so Sanuki Ben local is, and I've lived here my whole time, and it's like the Chosa Festival, and it's like, the Chosa Festival's so fun. And whenever I said that to anyone that's not from Sanuki, not from this area, Kamagawa and Ehime, they have no idea what the hell I'm talking about, and it's Taiko Dai.
Oh, okay.
That's the local expression for Taiko Dai, the Taiko Dai festival. But here is the Chosa Festival.
Okay.
And
Taiko,
Taiko
are the giant drums, right?
The giant drums, yeah.
We all know this too. The dialects, there's completely different words. Like I'm in Kagoshima, right, close to Kagoshima. So we have the Satsuma Ben down here. It's like it's nothing even close to Japanese. It doesn't even sound like Japanese. It sounds like Korean almost. And it's just, you could go to another place and completely be perfect Japanese but not understand what anybody's saying.
It is a drinking street.
It's funny. I don't really understand my in-laws. They speak really thick Satsuma Ben, like the old style Satsuma Ben. And it's funny, when I'm around, I'm part of the family, so they just speak like that normally, and there's a lot of it I don't understand. I try to. But if somebody is visiting from out of the prefecture that doesn't understand it, they speak in regular Japanese. It's like, I can understand you now. Yay.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
I appreciate you trying, I'm sure.
Yeah,
of course. Yeah.
So I was watching one Japanese, all the variety shows, but it was interesting. They went to like one of the smaller islands in Okinawa.
Oh, wow.
And it was a guy from Tokyo, and he went there to talk to the locals. And it was the funniest thing because the whole thing was wakaranai.
Yeah, yeah.
What
I
kind of
don't
night? What kind of
understand.
night? What kind of? I don't know.
understand.
I don't know. And it was like the whole. He couldn't talk to anybody. He didn't know what the hell
Yeah.
they were saying. Yeah, it was so
Yeah.
funny. Yeah.
So this Rob Altus, choto means a little bit. Choto
Yeah,
was
choto
was
Wasurichata.
Wasare chatta. I forgot a
Yeah.
little. I
Yeah.
forgot a little. Choto wasare chatta.
I okay, that's not. I figured it was forgot, but wasaletta.
So
Well,
wasare
yeah.
mash, but like, you get the te. Technically, is te wasare te shimaimashita would be the formal long
Past.
version. Say it.
Of the past,
Uh,
right? Okay.
It's like an adverb of te shimao. It's like an adverb of te shimao, which brings an emphasis of like regret or in this situation.
Okay.
hard to-
Okay.
Yeah.
So there are different tenses in Japanese, but you don't need
Yeah.
to know them to speak and communicate.
Well,
So
it's similar
if-
to
if
like
I-
saying like
wasaletta
model
and wasaleteta.
yeah, it's similar in vein to like maybe you know this one. It's like you can say I opened the window. So model o akemashita, right?
Right.
But
yes.
if you want to say like I've opened the window, so therefore it's kind of set, or like that's how I want it, or it's prepared, you would say like model akete okimashita.
Oita. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oita.
Yeah.
Open it the way that I like it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
So it's one of those weird like.
Yeah.
So and that's similar with like nani te shimao, and then you get and that's the formal way, but then you got the simplified version, which is just like it just becomes chata or it's so even thinking about it right now it's like frustrating my brain to try and explain it.
Listen,
Yeah. So like if I say wasurichata or akechata, like mado akechata, oh whoops, I left the window open.
Yeah.
But
Like it's
in a
kind of like
very
a damn or a darn or
informal-
oops.
Yeah,
Like yeah.
right.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, okay.
Oh shoot, I left the window open.
Wasaleteta is what I forgot.
Ah.
Wasaleta, wasalete.
Or like if you're in another place, wasurichotta. Wasurichotta.
Oh,
Yeah.
geez.
It
So there's
depends on the
God.
dialect too.
So this just shows I have so much more to learn. 1 year and a half was not enough. And I tried. Like I friggin' studied. I've got to go to the men's room, but do you mind both commenting on because I didn't actually drive.
You didn't drive in Japan?
No, I didn't. I was a passenger in the car, but I didn't. I drove in China, did not drive in Japan.
All
no.
right. Well, we'll go over that. But I do see Old Man Bird. Cheers to you.
Yeah.
Just
Yes,
asked
Old
if we
Man Bird.
already went
Oh, hey, Old Man
through
Bird.
Valentine's
Hello.
Day,
Eugene.
and we did. But I'll just give you the quick rundown. Yes, there's Valentine's Day in Japan. But in the 1930s, the chocolate company that imported Valentine's Day made a mistake in the translation. So it was only women that gave to men. And then the following year, they realized that they're missing out half their market and wanted to correct the mistake. So they then invented another day called White Day, where the men have to give back 3 times what they were given to by the women.
Lucky mistake. Lucky mistake.
And now you're up to
Lucky
date.
mistake. Now you're up to date.
This is an excellent question from our friend DVB. I've driven in China, but not Japan. I was a passenger the whole time. I do know that the toll roads, it is cheaper to buy the train pass than drive. I know that much.
Now it depends. It depends on the vehicle you're driving.
Yeah.
Like what the weight of your vehicle is, and it depends what time and day you're driving. So they do have like rush hour charges where it gets more expensive. If you drive on a Sunday, it's quite decently affordable.
Okay, let me see if I can. Let me see if I can remember.
How many people are in the
Untensuru.
car?
Right? Is it untensuru?
Yep.
Untenshimasu. They're driving. Yes.
Right.
So
Okay, good. Gaskoe, tabun. No. Dozo. What is driving like in Japan?
Well, I've been driving since I got here. Kagawa, the prefecture I'm in, which is like a state or a province, has the dubious honor of having the worst drivers in Japan. They have the worst accident record. Yes, they do. Yeah.
Oh, dude. Okay,
Yeah.
because I thought it could have been us. It should be us down here.
No, oh man, you want a horror show? Come here. Oh
Yeah.
my god, it's
Yeah.
terrible.
If I had to describe driving here, it would just be infuriating.
Yes, it's slow too. Unless you're on the toll road, which is
Yeah.
nice. The highway toll roads are great. I'll give them that. But the oh man, like traffic, because there's no four-way stops in Japan. So it's either a two-way stop sign or a traffic light, which means you have useless traffic lights everywhere. And no
Yes.
roundabouts either. No roundabouts either. So it's always a freaking traffic light, which makes
It's just
forever to
kills-
get anywhere. It just kills momentum.
I actually had I actually taught English to a person who was in charge of organizing all of the traffic lights and stuff like that. He was one of the people that was in charge for it, and it took
Did you
all
slap
of
him?
my oh my gosh, it just took everything in my I'm trying to not like grill him.
Yes. Oh my god, I know, because it's so awful. And the funny thing was, I was not my wife, but a girlfriend before. We're watching a show, and like Japanese love they love blowing they do love blowing themselves on TV. Let's just say that, of like how great Japan is. It's the funniest things. They always compare, and it's always the world versus Japan. So it's not like a specific country, because other countries can beat it at times, right? It's always the world. So it's like, who's got better houses? And like they'll interview like a couple people from maybe like Canada or America. It's like, oh no, our houses are nicer because they're better wood and they're better 2 stories. But then they'll interview like people from like Zimbabwe and stuff. It's like, oh, we live in a shack, and it's like Japan has better houses in the world. And it's so funny at the end. And they did this for traffic lights, saying per kilometer, Japan has the most traffic lights in the world. And my girlfriend at the time took that as pride, and I was like, "Oh fuck no, that's awful! You know how awful it is. Like, you don't want that."
We have a place that's just like a kilometer down the road, but it'll take you like freaking 20 minutes to get there.
Yes, it takes forever because and they're not even like the traffic lights in BC and Canada are actually pretty advanced, where they're either pressure sensors, where it's like. If you have like a road that's busy and a road that's not so busy, but they still need a traffic light, maybe because the main road's like 6 lanes wide or something, it will only be triggered when a car comes on the sensor. And I think the older versions are pressure sensors, and I think now most of them are cameras, right? So they'll spot a car waiting. But in Japan, they don't have that. They're all just timers. So even when there's nobody there on the smaller road, it will still change all the freaking time, and it's like, no one's there. We don't need it to change.
I've actually seen some traffic lights that say they are pressure censored, but they never. It doesn't work. I think because I'll just sit there and I'm like, okay, it says it's pressure censored, and I'll just sit there and wait forever, and I was like, no, this isn't. No, that's a lie.
Yeah, he's gonna push the walk button.
I've literally gotten out of my car and pressed the walk button before, because you'll be sitting at the light like ever. Like, man, there's no cars coming from any direction. It's the middle of the night. I just hop out, press the pedestrian walk, and hop back in the car, and there we go.
It's Japanese traffic lights are so infuriating, and then there's weird. Have you? I'm not sure if this is a Kagawa thing, but there's weird ones where you want to, again, Japan's on the other side of the road for people in America and Canada. So I want to turn right, which means I have to cut over the oncoming lanes, right?
Right.
And you'll be waiting, and it's just solid green lights. There's no arrows or anything. Right. But then you notice the oncoming traffic stops.
Yeah.
They have their side went red, but there's nothing on your side to indicate there's been a change.
Yes, so you just have to judge.
It's like, who the hell designed that? And it's like, what?
How about the blue traffic lights? Why do they have?
I have this argument all the time.
Why do they have blue?
They say they're blue, but they're obviously green.
I'm just assuming. I have never researched this, but I just assumed that the original ones were blue, and they just left it as it was. Or it's just like sometimes things that are green are described as being blue.
I don't. Well, I did research this,
really,
and this is a weird thing.
The 2 colors.
this is a weird thing where
They use
colors
them
are also
interchangeably.
cultural.
Blue,
Right.
green.
There was no name, there was no word for green, midori, in Japanese until only a few hundred years ago.
Oh.
Yeah,
did not
so
know
for the
that.
longest time in Japan, green and
Yeah, but it
blue were
was-
considered
oh.
the same thing.
Okay, that makes sense then. Yeah. Okay.
I
Yeah.
figured
That,
as
that
much.
had to have been it. Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's funny nowadays, like there's like the and this is one I have so much trouble translating this into like natural sounding English. Midori ga ippai. Like whenever you're talking about, oh, that's full of nature.
Full
Yeah,
of
yeah, yeah.
green.
Midori ga ippai.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah. It's full
It's
of
green, it's lush. I guess you could
It's
say it's
full of
lush or
stars.
something, eh?
Yeah, lush.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's lots of green, lots of
Yeah.
You
green.
do on blue. on blue, you just you put
close
your
your eyes
foot to
and you
the
just go for
floor
it,
and
yeah.
close your eyes.
Yeah. Hope for the best, buddy. You gotta hope for the best.
Yeah. have that little the omamori in your car. Just hold on to it while you're.
Yeah,
That's
exactly.
right.
I was talking about earlier about going to the New Year's temple and getting the good luck charm for your car, the omamori. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then
Oh,
I've got
it's-
mine right here for my aliens holding it
oh,
Ooh.
nice.
for having a good sales profit for my
Oh
business.
yeah, of course.
Oh,
yes.
And this is from like a special shrine that's
Ooh.
for that. A lot of people go there for their businesses, for them to
And-
prosper for the year.
Oh man, they got that's one thing about Japan is they got specialized shrines for everything.
Mhm.
And I'm gonna tell you about the funniest one. Is so my 3-year-old daughter.
Yeah.
Okay. First of all, my wife for Japanese is also more spicy and outspoken than your average like Japanese person. And I'm
Ooh, that's
also
not
a very loud person, and my family's half Italian. We're all big personalities, and my daughter inherited that 100%.
Oh, nice.
She is such a big personality. She's like smallest person in the house, but I'm on the
Nice.
6th. I live on the 6th floor in my apartment building. As soon as my wife comes home picking her up, I can hear my daughter from the parking lot. I'm like, oh, they're home. I can hear her. I'm like, oh
That's
god,
not allowed in Japan. You can't be loud with your neighbors. Oh my god.
Little kids luckily my daughter though, she's one of those people where she is so charming. She's cute as a button. So it's like, it's that bizarre pass. It's like, okay, maybe they don't like the voice. Oh, then they see her like, oh, she's such a sweetheart. And it's like, yeah, she's got the horns though. Don't worry. She's a little demon.
Yeah. And does she have an Asian appearance or a whiter appearance?
This is what's bizarre. Her hair's like mine.
Oh,
wow.
okay. So
Yeah,
she
it's
stands
like
out.
She stands out. Oh, it's curly because like my hair goes curly when it gets long. Her hair's curly, big frills. It looks like Miss Frizzle, and it's for like a half Japanese kid to have Miss Frizzle hair is like super rare. It's hilarious.
100% it is. And William
So she
Shakespeare,
sticks out.
yes. I will see if
Yes,
Ari
yes.
Buffel has one for you, buddy. Yes, I
And but she also has a temper, and she's super stubborn. And
You're describing
so-
my daughter.
there's
that
should
doesn't
be- they
go
should be
well in
enjoyed.
Japan. That does not
I know.
bode well for Japanese. Ooh.
So there is a shrine near our house. So I forget the exact wording on it, but it's very similar to English. How we say someone has a bug up their butt, right?
Right.
We'll say that like like somemu's misbehaving or something. They have a bug up their butt.
Mushi ue oshiri?
Yeah. Like oshiri ni mushi haiteru, or like they have a very similar saying that you have a bug in you.
Up
So
your
there is-
ass.
Yeah. So there is
Okay, I'm looking it up. Go ahead. Keep on. Sorry.
yeah. So there is literally a
Oshiri
shrine.
o mushi haiteru?
Oshiri ni mushi haiteru. So there's
Mushi is
literally
insect, oshiri is butt. Yeah.
there's literally a shrine near our house, and you go there, and they do an exorcism for kids to take the bug out of their ass.
No! Yes! That is awesome!
So
I did not know
we
that.
went and did it. So we went and did it to get the bug out of her butt. They do a little prayer and stuff for
Right.
them. It's the funniest thing, yeah. And it's
hilarious.
like to get the bug out of the ass.
That is good night, Theta Zord, and thanks for being here.
Good
that is-
yes.
That is awesome. I've never heard of
It's
that.
so funny. Yeah.
I do know because when I was teaching for Nova, in the airport, I had been not taking care of myself. I'd been backpacking around Australia, and I pulled no word of a lie. I was picking up my way. I was backpacking around Australia, and a girl that I know who I had lent my snowboard and gear to in Whistler, she was an Australian, brought them instead of leaving my gear there, knew that I was backpacking, brought them to Sydney, gave them to me. I went to stay on her couch, and so now I'm backpacking with way too much stuff. So I arrive in Japan to teach English, and I'm picking up my gear at the airport, and I destroy my back, so I didn't have to teach kids. And Japanese kids, let me tell you, until they're 5 or 6 years old, they can get away with murder. And in the school
yes,
I was at,
they can run wild.
in 2004, there used to be a game where they put their fingers. Do you know
Kanto.
this one? Yes.
Kanto.
Yeah.
Kanto.
That's-
Yeah.
What the fuck? Jam it up
They
your
go,
ass.
They go right for your ass. Kanto. Boing.
What the fuck is that?
It's because
And
the word
the
kanto
parents
means
let them do it.
repository.
Yeah.
They
Kanto.
let them do it.
It's totally from like that's totally from like a one of the celebrities on TV, a comedian. Definitely. 100%.
This
And
was
it's stuck.
2004.
And
They
it's
still
just
do
stuck.
this?
Oh, they
Yep.
still do it. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Wow.
DVB has asked me, did the ceremony work? And DVB, I got to tell you, unfortunately, I think the bug laid eggs in her, and they hatch one at a time now. So I think it's permanent. Yeah. Oh God.
Wow. Yes.
Yes, the USA
Yes,
needs a
William.
bug out of your ass therapy for teenagers.
Yeah.
Oh God.
Miskatonic Madman. It is the premise of a wacky Japanese game. It probably is. With the gancho. Yeah. Oh, I can't read. I can't read that, old man Bert.
Valentine no hi ni hana wa kazaremasen.
Masen means I'm not going to do it, or it wasn't.
I'm not going to.
You're not gonna do flowers for Valentine's Day?
Yeah. Put up
Yeah.
flowers.
Sorry?
Yeah, that's so sad, West Kegel. And by the way, nice to see you, West Kegel.
I can't read it. I don't know what you said.
It's just saying, like, on Valentine's Day, it looks like it's not going to be putting up any flowers.
Oh, okay.
Actually, okurimasen. Sorry, give flowers.
Yeah.
Are you any
Yeah.
flowers on Valentine? Okay, that in response
Yeah,
to
he's
West
not going to be
Kegel.
giving any flowers. Yeah.
Right. And there was something up here. Sorry.
There was like yotsu no umi wa hitotsu no. I was looking this up. Like umareru no ni naze kaze to nami ga fukyo wa on o tatete tachiage. I don't know. I don't know.
Okay,
what
so the first kanji.
Ageru no.
It's
It sounds like it's
west,
almost like
Haruka?
a One Piece or something. It's the four oceans,
Yeah.
The four, right?
Are-
Four Oceans. Yeah.
and I don't know what this one. Komiya. It's not Komiya. I looked it up. It's something else.
Something born from there. So the Four Oceans are born
Yeah,
from.
born from there.
Yeah.
Even though they're born from there, why does the wind?
Why
and
does the
waves
wind and the waves? Yeah. Not make sound. Not make.
Yeah, like have kyowa on. I don't know.
I can.
Oh,
Yeah,
West Kegel,
kyowa
you're giving us a good one here. This is Stump. Yeah.
dissonance.
I can read a few of those. But
The wind and the waves don't. The sound doesn't stand or doesn't go up, doesn't increase. I'm trying to.
Yeah, now I say why does the wind and waves got the sound dissonance? It just says
Yeah.
dissonance here.
Yeah.
Tachiagaru no daroka. It sounds like there's something like from One Piece.
Yeah.
okay, I just learned what One Piece was this year. Actually, I didn't have time to read manga. I was so busy studying.
You know what? I just remembered because like people were talking about what's it like driving in Japan.
Yes.
Here, I made a joke video about driving in Japan.
Oh, please. Yes. Oh,
Yes.
I've watched it. I've seen it. It's hilarious. I've seen it on the channel.
Oh,
I
jeez.
have seen it.
I'm looking
going
for it right
back
now.
to
Yeah,
some
driving in Japan. Nihon de no unten desu.
videos. if he does that stuff, I got to go dig it out. Yeah, please, William Shakespeare.
I'll send you the link right now. But it just hit my head that we should definitely watch that
Absolutely.
right now. Yeah. All right,
I'd
here
love
we
to.
go. There you go. I just sent you the link.
All right. And Old Man Birch says Valentine's Day is for simps like me. My favorite was, hey, we've all been there, man. You couldn't have been a bigger simp than I was back in the day. I believed all that Disney stuff, man. I fell for it all. My favorite was taking a hot blonde Louisiana girl named Ashley to see Wayne's World. It came out on St. Valentine's Day. Unfortunately, it found out that she was only 16.
Oh,
That
boy.
was our last and only date. I can imagine.
Hmm.
Wayne's World. That hot Asian girl was in that. Ooh.
Oh, yeah.
Carrera.
What's her
Tia
name?
Carrera.
Something. Tia Carrera. Yes.
Tia
Yeah.
Carrera.
Yeah, correct. She's
It's sad that I
Canadian.
know that name.
Is she Canadian?
She could
No?
be.
I'm not sure.
Yeah.
Oh,
I have to check that out, man. But I loved her. Yeah.
Yes.
All right, Spy Man.
Okay, yes.
I sent you the video, so check
Okay,
this out.
yeah.
This
Is
this
it in the
sums up
private
driving
chat?
in Japan. We were talking about driving in Japan as in the private chat.
Yes.
Yeah.
You got it. Yes, I haven't been paying attention to the private chat. Sorry, here it is. Okay. And this is, this is just real short. Okay. So let's present this right now. I'll get rid of this comment off the screen.
Follow. There we go.
Okay, and I'll come back to the chat. We won't forget you, chat. Come on, there we go. And I'm gonna star that. Anti-Dirty Jill just showed me how to star chats now, so that works. All right, share screen, and let's share this video. Driving in Japan, A New Hope.
A New Hope. Yes.
Now, how old is this?
This video is from last year. I made it last year.
And this is
So it's
available
not too old.
on your channel.
On my channel, yeah.
Okay, can you see it?
Yes.
Yeah, it's even got the Star Wars scroll font there.
All right, let's watch it.
This is my drone footage, by the way. All my own footage.
Wow.
Okay, where am I? That road? All right.
Man, this brings back memories.
Yeah.
I miss Japan.
For reference,
So
that's the
slow.
old driver sticker on it.
Yeah, right there.
All right, yes.
That's hilarious. It's got their indicator on the whole time too.
Guy on a bike. Okay.
Believe in the Force is the Japanese translation.
Yeah.
Nice coat. That is a nice leather coat you've got.
Oh, thank you. It's going, keeps going, keeps
That's
going.
No. Wait. Is it this street? This. Fuck.
Nice.
Shit, it's funny.
Subscribe.
It's funny that you're saying which
hear
street
that?
because there are no street names here.
Exactly.
There are no street names.
Unless
Reading
it's like
addresses.
a major road, there's no street names. Yeah, it's weird.
Nothing.
And reading
Nothing.
it's a series of numbers in a complex code, and all the postmen wear helmets and white gloves. All
Yeah.
of them. Why the helmets?
Because you got Oji-san's
Drivers,
and-
yeah, trying to
yeah,
kill people
exactly.
in their cars.
Yeah. Thank you, DVB. Thanks, man.
Yeah.
Japan's
That's right.
economy is supported by the sale of helmets and production of helmets and white gloves and old guys that hold that let you in and out of parking lots. Every parking lot has an old Japanese dude that stands there with a helmet and gloves and lets people and stops traffic on the road for you to get out of that parking lot.
There are so many make work for seniors projects
Yes.
around here, which is
They're-
just having them stand in front of parking lots and wave you in. This is so
Really?
funny.
It's like the equivalent
Yeah.
of the Walmart greeter.
Yeah,
Literally.
exactly. It is. It's the same thing. Yeah.
But that's what keeps their unemployment rate so
It's good.
low.
It's good.
Yeah, you know, give them something to do. That's probably why they live to like 100.
I think so. Oh, do you mind reading this Jinja Ninja
Oh, where are we at here?
from William Shakespeare here?
Tonight we learned. Valentine Caesar himself was. Is this Twisted Kiki? This is the one I'm reading right here.
Yes, please.
Tonight we learned that Valentine's Caesar himself was a twisted, kiki bastard. Did you know that? But it's also kind of a sweet story in a sick way, I guess.
Okay.
Did not know that.
We're learning all kinds of things, I guess. Thanks for being here. And Wayne's growth, man, what a... Ooh.
Canadian, I'm going to have to pop out here.
Yes, I appreciate you being here.
Colin, it's time for supper. The dinner bell's ringing.
You did say you could just be here for a minute, so...
Yeah. But I'd love to come on here and do this again. This is great.
It's been fun.
No kidding.
Ninja, it was fun to actually talk to you.
Yeah. Hopefully, like you and the family, if you could come out to the to Osaka Comic Con or just yourself, whatever.
I'd like it. I'd like to meet up sometime. Look for me on X. It's just Fermented Cinema.
I just added you.
Oh, perfect. Awesome. All right. Cool.
Right. Well, thanks again for having me on.
You are welcome. And
nice to meet you, Fermented, and hello everybody in the chat, and it's nice to talk to you too.
Johnny.
All right. Take care, guys.
Johnny, mate.
Bye.
次から多分日本語だけ。
そう。今から日本語でだけ話しましょう。そう、みんな元気ですか？
元気。すごい元気。
すごい元気。
ちょっと、青森弁、酔っ払いじゃない。でも、what is it? カプライ。はい、そうです。青森弁です。酔っ払いじゃない。半分酔っ払い、カプライです。
面白いです。
半分
That's very interesting.
酔っ払いです。So half drunk is kapurai. So that's Aomori Ben. That is a kapurai is Aomori Ben. You won't find that. Have you ever heard that before?
No, actually, I've never heard that one. That's new to me.
Very few
few.
So next time you have a Japanese friend that you want to surprise them, you tell them some Japanese they don't know, and kapurai is Aomori Ben for half drunk.
Right? Ima boku wa kapurai desu.
Right, exactly. So yoprai is drunk.
Yeah.
I didn't learn.
Or yoparai, but like the real official way is yotemasu. Is like I am drunk. Yeah, yotemasu would be like the Tokyo, very Tokyo one. Yes.
What was some? What is Mr. Miyagi? What does he say? Does he say? He doesn't say yopparai. Maybe he says yotte. But anyway, fantastic. I love the different dialects in Japan. And it really makes it fun. You can totally tell where someone is from just by the dialect they choose. And,
as I said before, some of them are super thick. Yeah.
Man, although if we did have a stream where we were just speaking Japanese, I'm afraid that both of you I would only be popping in like every few words. Yeah.
大丈夫です。あなたを助けてあげるでしょ? We would save you. Don't worry.
助けて, help me. That is the most. I was thinking, if you had to learn one word in Japanese, the most useful word, daijobu.
Daijobu, yes, daijobu desu. Daijobu.
Right. It means okay, and so you could use it for, you bump into someone. Oh, I'm okay, or are you okay?
Yeah.
You look at them, daijobu. Are you okay? Or no,
I'm okay.
Daijobu
desu.
Or
I'm fine. It's cool. Don't worry.
If you want to take a photo at a shrine, but you're not sure if it's okay, or somewhere at a museum, not sure, you hold the camera up and you say, "Daijobu, is this okay?"
Daijoubu
Right?
desu ka? Daijoubu desu.
Daijobu, is it okay? That is my personal opinion. The most important Japanese word to learn. Daijobu.
Yeah.
You know.
それからあなたは綺麗です。You're beautiful.
That is also
Also, kawaii. Kawaii is important.
Kawaii.
Kawaii.
That's
You're
cute.
so cute. Kawaii.
Cute.
Yeah.
Everything in Japan is kawaii.
Everything's kawaii.
Everything.
Especially the ladies. Especially the ladies.
Yes, exactly. And the other thing in Japan is it's easy to tell the ladies don't have penises. Not in Japan, they don't.
No. They don't. Not around here. Well, this isn't Thailand.
No, not Thailand.
This isn't Thailand. Yes. Actually,
funny.
although I will give you one story. There is a now. Okay. Now, listen to the whole story, people. Okay. So don't. There was this student in my class, and he was like a big boy, like a big dude, like a heavy set guy, like almost could be like a sumo guy, and like a deep voice and everything, like nothing effeminate about him. And he graduated. I was teaching high school, and he graduated. And then about 2 years later, I'm in like the entertainment zone, the party district of the city, and I hear Ian Sensei, and I look over, and there's this big burly dude wearing a dress and like with makeup, looks like a chick, and he comes running up to me, and he's working in the cross dressing club. So he's like, it's so funny, and he just comes up to me, he gives me like this big hug and stuff, and he's like,
my God.
And I'm like, oh, it's great to see you too. It's just the funniest thing. I'm just like, because it's like the person
in Japan.
Yeah. Well, it's in Japan.
Sassy booty. He's sassy booty.
For this type of stuff, Japan is still like 1980s or early 90s, where it's like these people, they're not trans, they're just cross dressers, and it's almost like a comedy bit, a little bit, right?
Right, it is. It's in humor, right? Sort of like how Trudeau went in blackface back then. It was comedy.
Yeah. Well, it's like think about like Dame Edna.
Yeah, like Dame Edna.
Dame Edna. It's just like or like the Drew Carey show. People remember Drew's brother.
Yep.
Yeah. Is that type of stuff, right?
So Wes Kegel, I can actually read this because it's in hiragana. Is that Japanese girls are certainly kawaii, and there's
kawaii.
two.
They're cute. Oh my goodness!
On the end,
kawaii
is cute. Plausible deniability. Hey, great to see you. Plausible deniability.
Yeah. Deniable plausibility said he's in Japan.
Fantastic. That is.
Oh my God! Yes, welcome. Are you living in Japan, or are you just traveling right now? So deniable plausibility. Are you a fellow expat, or just checking out the sights and scenes? My goodness!
First time I've seen you here, so welcome. And
Molecular Arts, konbanwa to you too. It is currently 7 p.m. here in Japan.
Ooh, yeah.
Yes. Hajimashite. Yoroshiku onegaishimasu.
Yes.
Let's work together. Good relationship. Yoroshiku shimasu.
Yes. When you first meet people, you say hajimashite. It's the first time. Mm-hmm. Let's work together. Yoroshiku. You said something. You didn't say yoroshiku. You said something different.
Yoroshiku onegaishimasu. That's like the longer.
Okay. Yoroshiku and yoroshiku. Same thing. Big Dave K. Hello, Big Dave K. Says, morning. I might be here sooner. I just got done watching an amazing animated indie film. Oh, that's fantastic.
And Canadian Spider-Man to Fermented Cinema. Kotoku shite kudasai. Please subscribe to Amazing Canadian Spider-Man and Fermented Cinema.
Wes Kegel. I can read this. Mata ne. The first is ma, and the next one is ta, and the next one is ne. And the ne I always remember because it looks like a big nose. It looks like the cartoon of a nose. So ne. And ne is French for nose, right? Mata ne. but if you didn't speak French, you wouldn't know that. But yeah, matane. That's how I
That's
remember.
true.
There's these quirks that you learn to remember the hiragana and katakana.
Well, a funny thing is like in Japanese, a lot of Japanese sentences are ended with like ne, like kyo wa samui desu ne. Today is very cold.
Oh, yeah.
And the funny thing is, being Canadian, ne comes very naturally because we say a at the end of everything.
That's
Today's
right.
very cold, eh?
Eh?
So in Japanese, kyo wa samui desu ne. So you can just add the a
That's
becomes ne. So,
Deniable plausibility lives in Hawaii, but here for 2 weeks, my 6th time in Japan. That's fantastic.
Wow, nice.
That is
Well,
fantastic.
I'm in Shikoku, so if you're in the area, stop by for a drink.
Oh dear. Japanese girls may not be trans, but their anime has a lot of futanari. Yes, I guess so. Then I can't read this. I can't read that first kanji.
Oh Jesus.
It's not
I
kin.
know this kanji too. I know this kanji. Oh my god, this is going nanka shiku onegai shimasu. That's onegai shimasu.
Onegaishimasu. Okay, onegaishimasu I get, which means
I
please
know this
will
kanji.
you.
Oh god. This is making me mad. I know this kanji.
Yeah. Onegaishimasu is please do it or please accept or yeah.
Yeah. Well, technically onegai actually means wish.
Oh.
So the real meaning for that kanji is wish. And it's so whenever you're asking someone please, it's like you wish it of them.
And nose in Spanish is nays. It is too. I did not know that, William Shakespeare. Nays.
Nose in Japanese is hana, and this is
Hana.
easy to remember because flower is also hana in Japanese.
Right.
The kanji's different. The kanji's different, but they're both pronounced hana.
But you nose to smell the flower. That's how I remember hachi, which is not the figure 8, but also bumblebee.
Yeah. Hachi. Yeah, it's also B is 8. Oh, okay. So West Kegel, you're just doing the very formal version of thank you. Yeah.
Okay.
The long formal version. Yeah.
Yeah,
and deniable plausibility. Yoroshiku shimasu. Deniable plausibility. If you're not subscribed, do so now.
I always understood it's the same as English. The longer you make it, the more formal it becomes, right? So you can have domo, which means the short slang for thank you.
Domo
arigato.
Domo arigato gozaimasu.
Which is super
and then you can get into keigo. Oh, I don't even want to start keigo. Keigo is another level of formality
that I'm not familiar.
No, it's only when you're talking to your superiors. It's really annoying. Yeah.
So this was my apartment in Japan in where was it?
Look at that high-tech TV.
I know, right? This was in Shin Matsudo. Shin meaning south or lower or small. If my understanding is correct. So South Matsudo or Shin, small Matsudo. And so my roommate was an American fellow. He was Hawaiian American and a big fella. And see that ladder? That ladder led to the loft. And I'm standing.
I thought you were going to say he collapsed the ladder.
I'm standing in the kitchen, which is also at the front door. There's nothing behind me except the oven and the refrigerator and the front door.
Was this a Leo Palace?
It was.
Oh my goodness, the Leo Palaces.
And we had rented 2 or 3 from this Ukrainian broker who worked and had ties with the Leo Palaces. And he got us our second job or second place. So so the Hawaiians slept up that ladder in the loft, and the only floor space is what you can see. That's where I slept, at the bottom of the ladder. So when he came down,
that's classic English teacher living right there.
Yeah, I slept at the bottom of the ladder, and if he came down in the middle of the night, he weighed 200 some pounds. I was dead meat. Yeah. And the bathroom, like you can imagine, like you have a shower, which was a hose on a handle, and you could barely turn around. I don't even know how he fit in there, but that's where I slept, right on the. It was horrible, man. It was tight.
After
Tight.
experiencing Japanese showers, I can't go back to like Western showers because I just love
The
the
pressure.
hose.
Yep.
The pressure is great, and the hose that can go everywhere in every crevice is just so nice. Yeah,
Agreed.
yeah, and I hate it when you
agree.
go back to like Canada or America and you got like just a freaking bolted into the wall shower head. It's like, how this
And
thing's
it doesn't
useless.
move.
Yeah.
Well, except that
Doesn't-
you ask for the disabled rooms in hotels, and they have them.
There you go. Yeah.
I worked in
So
hotels
Denali
for
Possibility is too far. Oh, but Shikoku's got so much to offer. It's a beautiful spot. Oh, Canadian Spider-Man, I got a few pictures too.
Okay, you do. Fantastic.
Yeah,
Because I was just about
You
through these. And
Yeah,
this is the fireworks festival. And I don't know why Santa's wearing no pants. I don't know why. But at Christmas in Abico, they put out this sign at a massage Japanese. Well, it was a hair cutting place, not a massage parlor. I asked if it was a massage parlor. They told me it was a hairdresser.
Oh my God, massage parlors.
Yeah, I know.
You actually
Okay,
can
so
go in for
stop
30
that.
bucks and get a good real massage if you want.
Yes, Chiba-ken. Okay, well that's where I also lived in Chiba-ken. Abico is in Chiba-ken. Ken is a district or region, county.
It's like province or state. Yeah. It's
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, that's actually that's a good point. Like a lot of people think Japan's tiny. It's not actually a tiny place.
Very
Like
long. Oh,
of course, like relative to like Canada or America, it's small, but it is quite a distance north to south. Like it is.
Shin is also new.
Yeah,
Yes.
Shin is new. That's right. Like the Shinkansen, which is the
Yeah.
bullet train, which at the time literally meant like new rapid train.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, new line. Yeah. Yeah.
Oh,
Oh, man.
okay. I thought Shin also meant small. No. Or no, or lower.
Well, Shin, like there's lots of kanji that can have the like in
I know.
Japanese. There's so much
So crazy.
homonyms. There's so many homonyms in Japanese. So there's
Yes.
many kanji that can have the you can read it as Shin, right? Though new is probably the most common.
Okay. Lived in
Chiba,
Chiba. Okay.
nice.
So
Only
I
4
was-
months though.
Yeah. No, I was in I was on the Joban line in Abico and Matsudo, Shin Matsudo. Yeah. Kita Kogane. So Kita I also
north.
understand means it means north. Yeah, so that's
Yeah.
So Kogane was the town, and then Kita Kogane was the town that was north of Kogane. My
All
understanding.
right. Oh wait, actually, I can. Let's see here. I'm
Yeah,
going
if
to
you
present something.
Please do. Yeah, it can
All right, I
be
got-
overwhelming, and kanji is really hard. But I lived there a year and a half, and I didn't need to speak kanji or read kanji. You can get by. I feel like I'd get overwhelmed. Nah, it is so. It is overwhelming. Holy, talk about culture shock. Definitely. Oh, you're in Oyama. I enjoyed Oyama. I had a good time in Oyama.
All right, I want to show you guys something here because we're talking about like speaking Japanese and.
Mhm.
Can,
Hi.
you, can you see it? Is it
I
sharing?
sure can. Wow.
There we go.
Oishiso.
All right.
So
Yes, yes.
It looks delicious.
So I absolutely love this. This is absolutely delicious.
Yes.
Uh,
Oishi.
oh my god.
Oishi means delicious, and if you add so to it, it means looks. So oishi so.
Oishi so it looks delicious. That's
Right.
right. So this is called zenzai.
Beans.
Yeah. So zenzai,
Yeah.
it's black beans, sweet beans, and that's mochi in it.
Yeah, that's not
That's,
cheese. It's
mochi. That's not cheese. It's mochi, which is like a rice cake.
Yes, sweet. Sweet rice.
Yeah, it's and chewy, very chewy too. It's
Umai.
very chewy.
There you go.
Yeah,
Rama.
umai desho. Mecha oishii desu. It's so
Yep.
delicious.
Onaji.
And this is eaten on New Year's. So this is like a classic staple for New Year's food.
Nice.
you have it for breakfast usually. So I ate this for breakfast for like the first 3-4 days at my in-laws' place on New Year's,
Nice.
and absolutely delicious. But this leads into how annoying learning Japanese is, because this is Zenzai.
Zenzai. Okay.
So with a Z, Zenzai. So Zenzai.
Zenzai.
But
Ooh, tomatoes,
but-
some lettuce, some pepper.
but Senzai, so
Yes.
S-E-N,
Yes.
Zai, is laundry detergent.
What?
Yeah. So this is
Sentaku.
Zen-
Of course, Sentaku is.
yeah. Like yeah. So we got
Of
this
course.
is Zenzai, but Senzai is laundry
Senzai.
detergent.
Laundry
Now-
detergent.
Now
Right.
keep going.
I
Keep
didn't
going
know
with me.
that.
But now
Okay.
Zensai, this time Zen, Z-E-N, but S-A-I
Yes.
is
Yes.
appetizer.
Ew.
Is appetizer, and Zen meaning my, like before, and Sai
Right.
being vegetable. So
Wow.
that is Zen Sai. And
So confusing.
now to top it off, Sensai, S-S, Sensai
Yes.
is fragile. So you got four
Oh.
different words there, and the only difference is whether it's Z or S at these
It's-
different spots to pronounce.
Wow.
So this is Zenzai. Laundry detergent is
Yes.
Senzai. Appetizer is Zensai, and
Mhm.
fragile is Sensai. Sensai.
Inside.
So,
Wow.
oh fuck! This is what makes
Mr.
like
Ka-
learning
Mr.
Japanese.
Kashi.
So, Mitsukasi to show.
Kashi.
So these are
Difficult.
always going in your head when you're trying to remember, and like,
Yep.
oh, okay, this is that, yeah.
Oh wow, that does make it hard. Yeah, and they do
Yeah.
have. Umai is also a word for oishi.
Umai is delicious.
Right.
Oishi.
So
Um,
so oishi to umai, kompeki onaji. Are they completely the same?
umai is more a masculine word.
Umai. Right.
Umai, and a little more casual.
Okay.
Yeah. Umai is more
Right.
masculine, more casual. Oishi is like oishi desu is more feminine and a more formal. Yeah. It's you gotta
Okay.
follow. You gotta follow. Yeah.
Okay. Kono unko oishi desu.
Unko oishi uso.
This shit
Shit
is delicious.
is not delicious.
Does that work? Can you say this shit is delicious? Kono unko oishi desu.
Well, this is where people were talking about.
No.
Can I use like Google AI Translate apps?
No, you
This is
can't.
where Google Translate will fail you, because you can say this shit is delicious in English.
It
The
does
slang
not
of
work.
shit does not translate into Japanese, and people go, "You like shit? What the fuck's wrong with you?"
That's right, unko. Not anko. Anko is red bean paste. That's
Yeah, this is anko. This is anko, the red bean, not unko. This is anko.
for tomatoes. A little more pepper,
Yeah.
some mayonnaise. Yes.
Oh man.
What?
yeah.
Okay, Rob Altus says, do you know what this is?
Kind of like popomofo in Mandarin in Taiwan. Subtle sounds like because I did learn Mandarin for 1 year, and Mandarin has technically five tones.
Yeah, that's
Well,
crazy.
Well, technically 4 tones and then 1 monotone. So I do remember that it is similar like that. But it's interesting, like
That's crazy.
what's difficult in each language to learn. Like we got Japanese technically doesn't have tones, but it's got tons of homonyms. And the reason why Japanese has so many homonyms is because there's actually very few. What's the word I'm looking for? Japanese is hatsuon. I can remember the Japanese word, but the English word this time. So in Japanese, it's
That
hatsuon.
happens. That happens.
In
I
English,
forgot.
I wanted-
Teaching English in Japan, I came back to Canada forgetting fucking English words because
Yeah,
it's
you
like
do.
Japanese
'Cause you
went
don't
in
use them.
and the English popped out.
because you don't use them for so long.
Right.
You're like, I don't
And
remember
you
what that
hear-
word is anymore.
And you
Yeah.
hear English wrong way so many times, day after day in class, you begin to question yourself. Is that the right way? Fuck, I can't
Yeah.
remember. Yeah.
Oh man, it's what. So it's I'm just gonna describe it because I forgot the English
like
word. I'm
animal
just gonna
sound.
describe it. It means like sounds, like how many sounds are in a language. I forget what the actual word is for that, but like Japanese has very few actual sounds, even though they got so many letters. They got two phonetical alphabets which have way more than English in them. This isn't even
Twice
kanji.
as many. Yeah. Yeah.
But they actually have, but altogether they actually make fewer sounds than we have in English.
less diversity. Yeah.
So Japanese people learning English, they hear us say words, and to them it sounds exactly the same, and they can't hear the difference. Like for
Cannot
example,
hear
like
the difference. It's like they can't
grass-
see the difference between blue and fucking green.
yes. So like if I say like glass or grass, to them that's the same word.
That's right. Yep.
But you heard glass and grass, right?
I
But
can
to
hear the
Japanese, that's
difference,
same word.
but they do not hear it.
Yeah. And,
So
and
you
even
can
stuff
read-
like walk and work and
You can read
Matsuri festival.
Matsuri.
Yay.
So
Matsuri.
these, they put these on their cell phones, and these are all over the place. Yeah, it's unbelievable.
Japanese love trinkets. It's a trinket
They
culture.
love it. Yeah, that's true. Now,
Yeah.
do you recognize? Ooh, I think that's. See, and all their tickets. See, this is a ticket for admission to this place, and all their tickets are beautiful. Like they put
Is that
the
somewhere in
image-
Kyoto?
It is, yeah.
Yeah, I thought so. Yeah.
Yeah, it is absolutely. And I've got all their tickets have beautiful places on them, which is just incredible. Here,
Now, hopefully, the right picture comes up next. Oh, here we are.
okay, yeah.
All right. So I wanted to talk
Ooh.
about this. This is New Year's food. So this is called osechi.
Osechi, yep.
This is osechi, and what's great about osechi is like prepared the day before. So the idea in Japan is that New Year's Day is a day of rest.
Yes.
So you-
yep.
So you don't do any cooking or stuff on
That's right.
New Year's Day. So you prepare all this food in advance, either a day or a couple days in advance. So it's kind of more a lot of pickled items,
Yep.
a lot of like
Oshiko.
sweetened items or like dried items.
Oshiko. Oshiko.
Yeah. It's delicious though. It's delicious.
Yep.
I love it.
Yes.
You can see lots of like there's like the black beans there, the sweet beans, kurikinten, which is the sweet chestnuts, which is the yellow one in the front.
Yes.
I love those. Oh, the kurikinten are so good.
Yep.
Yeah. Then there's like the seaweed wrap ones, and you got the fish cakes, strawberries, vegetables. Carla Burton, great to see
Hey,
you too.
Carla.
Yeah.
See you. Hey.
Yeah. Thank you. Yeah. I'm still around. I'm
Definitely.
my live. I'm still updating videos. I'm actually working on my next cartoon. It's almost there. But I've been so busy that I haven't been able to do live streams recently. But no, I'm happy to see you here.
And
And
do you have any of the hasu?
Hasu, maybe not, because this was prepared by my mother-in-law. All this stuff, and there's lots of
Cognac.
Cognac. Oh yeah, yes, the cognac,
Which
yes,
is
we do
not
have
the
cognac.
cognac. I thought it was cognac, but it's not cognac like
It's
we
not
think.
cognac. It's not
What's the
cognac.
di-
It's
okay, can you
cognac.
please explain the difference to people?
Cognac is a liquor. I mean, cognac is a liquor, and
Yes.
cognac is it's like made for kind of like oh geez, it's actually made from potatoes.
It's a vegetable.
But-
it's not alcoholic.
It's
There's
like
no
it's made
alcohol.
from a residual from potatoes, I believe. But
Yeah.
it has no calories.
And
it's
no
a calorie-
alcohol.
Yeah, and no alcohol. But it's a calorie-free food. So it's bizarre. It's like diet cola in food form. So if you want to actually eat food and get something in your tummy with no calories, you just have konjaku.
Yep.
What's this? Big Dave K says he's working on cartoons as well.
Ooh.
Well, Big Dave K, check out my
Hey.
channel. I think you'll like my cartoons. Check it out. I got
Absolutely.
quite a few cartoons on there. I gotta check yours out. Yeah.
Great.
Man, yeah, it's but osechi is absolutely delicious. But recently,
Yes.
I'm a little sad because it seems like with a lot of things in contemporary culture, and Japan is no different than North America, is people are moving away from things that take effort, and to make osechi takes effort. So now a lot of people don't make osechi, or they don't even bother doing it on New Year's anymore, which is a real shame because it is absolutely a delicious platter of food and very traditional. Oh,
Ooh.
and here's so this is what my mother-in-law made. My kids love this.
Ice cream.
Oh no, not ice cream. This is the fish cake.
Ah,
But
wow.
this year
There's
this
fish
year
in-
is the year of the snake.
Okay. Yes.
So she made snakes, and the kids loved it.
Wow.
Yeah, this year's the year of the snake.
これは魚。
そう魚でこれ作りました。This is made from fish. Yeah, it's a fish cake. It's very similar to like fake crab in.
甘いですか? Is it sweet?
そう甘いです。めっちゃ美味しいです。
Oh, easy.
So,
Yeah.
おすすめです。I recommend.
And the easiest Japanese you're gonna learn is ski. Ski.
好きです。
I means I like it.
I
Ski
like it.
You just point and you say ski. I like it.
Yeah.
Or kore ga suki. Yes.
Oh, there's a better picture. There we go. Look at that.
Karage.
That's karage. Yeah, and and tonkatsu. Yeah, karage and tonkatsu and all sorts of good fried food, man.
Fudo.
Yeah. Oh, this is absolutely delicious. I love New Year's. New Year's in Japan is wonderful.
Yeah, it is. Yes. Yep. Daisuki.
Yeah.
Yes. I do you put dai in front of it? It means big or a lot. I really like it. Daisuki. I really like it.
Yeah, daisuki.
Yep.
Yeah, means it essentially means like I love it if you say daisuki.
Yeah, that's right. Yes, absolutely. Yeah, oh shit, yeah, Carla Burton. I can put that link right here. Control.
Oh, thank you very much. Yeah, thank you, Carla.
I got it right here.
Yeah, so this year is the year of the snake. I'm actually curious, Canadian Spider-Man, what is your animal on the calendar?
I think it's 1972. I think it might be the rat.
You're the rat. That means you're the winner.
I'm not sure. Maybe.
Yeah, if you're the winner, if you're a rat, you're the winner. Because like there's like a fable in Japanese culture, I think probably Chinese culture too. Carla, we're the same. I'm an ox too. I'm an ox. You're not born 1985, are you? So yeah, I'm an ox. My wife is also a rat, and the story is that it's good for a rat to marry an ox because the rat jumps off the ox to win the race. Yeah, but it's terrible for a rat to marry a snake because the snake eats the rat.
Of course it does.
Yeah.
All right.
So yeah, there's all sorts of like Japanese culture loves I can remember the superstitions. Lots of the superstition type of stuff. Yeah,
they really do. Yeah, that's
right. Oh, thank you, Big Dave K. Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
I hope you enjoy the channel. Check out the cartoons. Check out the Last Day Stories. It's all cartoons. And I also got a playlist for Japanese videos that I make.
No. And hey, when you come to BC, we've got to do some filming, man. We've got to
yes.
I'll come to Vancouver. It's only 5 hours away or 6 hours away.
I want people to know that it's like a 99% chance that I'm going to be in British Columbia and BC this this August, and I'm going to meet up with Canadian Spider-Man, and there's going to be a series of videos.
Yep.
That he's offered to help me with, which is going to be wonderful. So we're going to make those together.
Yep.
And then also I want to do a live fireside chat with him. So I'll be actually at the fire.
Yes.
So,
won't that be good? That would be fantastic.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to that. Yeah.
Same as Taiwan. Lots of superstition. Yeah, I think so.
It's so much superstitious. My wife just the other day, and I'm going to do it for her. I'm not a superstitious guy myself, but I'll do it for her. She went to her fortune teller. Uranai. Uranai is a fortune teller. So she went.
Okay.
Uranai ni hanashi ni ikimashita. She went to talk to her fortune teller, and they checked the last 2 digits on her phone number and my phone number. Yeah. And those are unlucky digits to have on your phone number. So because of the number they add up to. So to combat that, my wife now has her home screen on her phone is now 2 lucky numbers.
Oh, of course.
And she sent that to me to put on my phone as well. So I got to do that to make her happy. So
no, I don't. Jeez.
The superstitions, yeah. Oh yeah. Hopefully there's no fire ban, Canadian Spider-Man.
No, hopefully not. Yeah, hopefully not. It's hit or miss. Sometimes we do, sometimes we don't. But that's
or you're with my brother and he just burns stuff anyway.
That's there are places around here. There are places that wouldn't be a problem. But,
yeah. No. There's definitely if you're not a moron and you properly
that's exactly it.
Clear stuff away from where you're burning, you can start a fire.
Yeah, that's exactly it.
That's the problem with society, and you have to understand it is like this stuff is always made for the lowest common denominator because there's always a moron that goes out and ruins it for everyone.
That is absolutely true. Yep.
Yeah. So it's like you'll have 9 competent people that know what they're doing, and then you have 1 idiot that sets the forest on fire.
No, it's true, and yeah, right. We don't have a fire department out here, so
you're out.
Fire, we're on our own. Now, I
get the buckets from the lake. Let's go.
I'm not proud of this, but I was visiting in Osaka, and I got a little bit inebriated.
No,
and I was staying at a hotel, and it turns out that I passed out in public on the street, and the fire department returned me to my hotel, and all my possessions were in a little plastic Ziploc bag. And the fire department responds to some of those calls as opposed to the police, which I thought was
emergency services in Japan actually get bored. So they all respond to the tiniest thing.
I think so. Yeah,
because there's so little crime and there's so little going on. They get bored. So
they're really Excuse me.
Hilarious.
Oh my goodness! It is 2:42. Oh my goodness! It's almost.
Oh, I'm sorry. Carla Burton just brought up a point. I almost. Oh my God! She says it's the. He says it's. They say it's the eco practices that make the problems. And it's 100% true because actually my degree in university was studying the interior forest, the montane forests of the BC interior, which is an extension of the forests that come from California and Oregon and Nevada. It's all the same ecosystem.
That's right.
What we've done is we had this idea that fires were bad. And this is one way where the natives really had it down. They knew fire was necessary.
Yes, exactly.
They knew fire was necessary for these forests because that's how they regenerate and they clear out the dead brush and the excess samplings and the dead trees. But then the Europeans came and said, no, all fire's bad. And they stopped doing any fires. So you had, British Columbia has actually lost 30% of its grasslands because of forest creep. So these fires that would regularly burn off the saplings don't happen. So the fires come. So the forest moves down the mountain into the valleys, and areas where there used to be maybe 10 trees per hectare, there's now 1,000.
Right. Yeah.
So it's just a tinderbox to light up in flames now, right?
That's right.
Yeah. Oh man, sorry, going off there a little off page from talking about Japan, but
I absolutely agree. The forest management are a problem, and I talk to locals around here. I've only lived here 10 years, but I'm talking to people who've lived here 50 years. The government used to employ people to go through the woods and take care of the dead debris and the trees.
Yeah, actually clear it. Yeah, which is good.
And clear out which is basically becomes fuel in a forest fire.
Yeah.
So
they haven't done it for decades. They ran out of money and stuff.
That's right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Now, something that did bother me in Japan is even when you do go up to the woods and the forest and up to Aomori and you go out in supposedly the wilderness, you cannot escape the power transmission lines.
No, power lines. The power transmission lines. I swear, I was going to do a joke video saying the power lines are Japan's national tree.
They are.
They're everywhere.
You know what I mean? Okay. And all the rivers have the concrete reinforcements up them because of landslides and whatever else. It's
every river's boxed in.
It is
which
constrained
scenery, constrained and like mitigated, flood mitigated. It's all managed. But the power lines. Oh, okay. I'm taking a picture of this, and next time we're talking, I'm going to show you it. But there's a mountain near my wife's family house that has so many power lines on it, so many transmission lines. It's hilarious. And it's like, and it's funny because my brother-in-law in Canada, he works for Arctic Arrow, which is a huge transmission building construction company. And which actually, I made the safety videos for Arctic Arrow. So if anyone here ever worked for Arctic Arrow, that's my voice on the safety videos. So,
that is awesome.
And Graham Construction. If you ever worked Graham Construction, those are my safety videos, and that's my voice that you hear at the workers' initiation. So my brother-in-law works for constructing transmission lines, so I always send these pictures of like all these like Japanese hillsides just coated in fucking power lines.
It's true. And I was coming from Whistler, Whistler Ski Resort, which is nothing but, I mean, especially back in 2001, maybe less so now, but very nature. You know, you actually back then you didn't hear sirens. Now you do hear ambulance and fire truck sirens in Whistler, sadly, but you never used to hear them back in 2001.
That's the city approaching. It sucks.
Yeah. But leaving Whistler, which was just natural, surroundings, and then arriving in Japan, and when you live in Japan, you have to give up one thing in particular, and that is solitude.
Yes. No, there's people everywhere around you.
I remember taking my ex girlfriend took her to New Brunswick, to my hometown of Fredericton. And we were walking around downtown Fredericton at 9:00 at night. And we walked and we looked up the block, like 5 blocks. It was wintertime. We looked up that way 5 blocks. Nothing. No people. Cars were parked, but no traffic, no people, a little bit of snow. And we're downtown and she's looking at me like she can't believe it. Like, unbelievable. And it is to the same. I don't know if it's to the same degree, but it is. Europe is it's got the same.
Definitely Germany. Definitely Germany's to the same degree as Japan. For like
Australia, you can get solitude. That is, man, you're right, Big Dave K. I ran around Australia with my wiener out in so many places. Absolutely correct. That is true.
There is a place of solitude though, where I live in Japan.
Oh,
because between the island I live and the main Japanese island, there's Honshu, between Shikoku and
Yep.
Honshu.
Yep.
There's these little islands, and it's called the Seto Sea. So there's all these little islands. If you're from BC, it's essentially it's like the Gulf Islands between Vancouver and Vancouver
between
Island.
Vancouver and Vancouver Island. Yeah.
Yeah, and these
Good for
islands,
hiking. Yeah.
yeah, and there's only like a handful of people that live on each of these islands, so you can go on them and feel like you're in the middle of nowhere.
Beautiful.
And it's so great because it's all old people that live on the islands too. They're all older, and they've lived there since they were born, right? And all their families have moved away to Tokyo or the big cities or whatnot.
Yeah.
And they're just left in these little old farmhouses, and it's so cute because it's like these little kind of lawless places where it's like they drive around drinking and stuff, which is like a huge no-no in Japan.
Yeah.
Like, if you get caught drinking and driving in Japan, it's like instant. Yeah, but here there's no
because drinking.
there's no police on these islands. There's no police on these
Drinking
islands.
is a big part of Japanese culture. Yeah. But because you can take a train anywhere, right?
Yeah, that's the thing. Yeah,
Not on those islands, of course, that makes sense. Yeah.
but on these little tiny islands, because they're only like 2 kilometers by a kilometer wide, so they just putt around.
There's
these
no
little
other
cars.
Yeah.
There's just old farmers, and they just have a beer in the car, and they're just they're just drinking, driving around. It's awesome. Yeah.
And that was now. And I it is just about 3 a.m. So I do want to wrap it up.
Oh, okay, I understand.
Coming
Yeah,
on 3 hours almost.
I got my dinner waiting too. I gotta get my dinner.
What is your speaking of drink though? Is there a particular drink that you associate with any festivals in Japan? And I have one,
well, for me, beer goes with every festival.
That's nice. Deniable plausibility. It's -10 here right now. Beer goes with every festival. Agreed. Yep.
Beer goes with every festival. But in the winter, I do enjoy some atsukan.
Atsu means hot.
Sake. Yeah, hot sake.
Is that what they call hot sakes? Atsukan.
Atsukan, yeah.
Okay. I knew that you had to have sake hot in the winter, but I didn't know the word for it. Okay. Huh. All right, cool. Atsukan.
Oh, yeah. Actually, Big Dave, post your channel because I'd like a link to it as well. I'd like to check it out. You said you were doing animation. I want to take a look.
And so the drink that I associate with springtime is umeshu, plum wine. I love
of course.
Umeshu.
Oh, I love umeshu.
Yep. Love it.
Umeshu for me
Ume
is always
and shu meaning
is a
alcohol.
closing drink. For me, it's like you're having a drink night, and umeshu is my closing drink because it's so sweet and nice, and it's just a good kind of. I just like to sip it because like umeshu for me is not something you like down because it's so delicious. I just want to enjoy.
Oh, yeah. Absolutely! You drink it slowly. Absolutely,
drink it nice and slow. Yeah.
Yep. No,
so yeah, that's always my closing drink is umeshu. So I go for beer, get some atsukan, hot sake, and then last drink of the night, umeshu. It's just at the karaoke bar and just sitting there in umeshu.
Yeah,
yeah.
No, I do enjoy it, and so I have actually my ex's father used to make it, and oh my goodness, that was good.
He actually made his own umeshu.
Yeah,
that's awesome.
Yeah, and he would send me a bottle over here in Canada like once a year, and I remember getting it, and I would savor it for like three months if I could. Okay, fantastic. Thanks, Big Dave. Okay, appreciate that. And thanks for being here, DVB. Yeah, no, always.
Big Dave, I subscribed. I'm going to check out your animations. Yeah. So I love animations. Yeah.
What? You don't need to go fight. Don't.
Go far down any bush.
Must be something different that I was not paying attention to. Oh, great. Yeah, hey, thanks, Carla. We had a good time. We talked quite a bit about Japan, and
I'm so glad we finally did this. I'm sorry I've been so busy recently. Like just to let everyone know, I've been like the last couple months have been so hectic because I'm changing jobs in March, and I'm also moving. So I've been.
That's right. Yeah,
and
you
Japan-
mentioned that. Yeah, you mentioned.
And then I'm moving elsewhere in Japan, so I'm staying in Japan. But moving one prefecture to another in Japan, there's so much you have to do because taxes and everything is done through your local city. So it's like everything you have to change. And
oh my goodness!
So, yeah.
And I once moved on the train.
Yeah.
Oh
my God! You moved on the train. Are you insane?
including
Oh my
including my futami, my not the futami, the tatami, not the tatami, the
Are you talking about your
futon. The futon.
Your futon. Oh my God! Yeah, the train.
I moved a futon on the train, and I know you're not supposed to do that, but it was. We waited till the last train.
That's hilarious. And I also want to add at the same time, I'm moving and changing jobs. Also, both my driver's license, my passport, my Canadian passport, and my Japanese visa all expire in May. So I've been the process of renewing all three of those while moving and getting ready for my new job.
Okay,
so it's just been crazy.
I just renewed my Canadian passport, and I got it. I took it down to Vernon in person and handed it over, and it arrived in the mail 2 weeks later.
Oh, nice.
Unbelievable quickly. Yeah.
Well, you're ready to come to Japan. Come here.
I am. Well, on my passport, I'm ready to go. So do they still have these? Do they still have these Dr. Pepper cans in Japan?
No. I think that must have been a campaign long since gone.
This was in Japan.
Although I do like it.
In 2005. Yeah, that was a thing.
Were they like pimping Vice City there or something? That's what it looks like.
I have no idea what they were pimping, but and I was so impressed that I took a picture, and that's the only one they had. If they had different girls on the can, I would have taken photos.
Oh yeah, that's one thing I love about being in Japan is good-looking women are still the rage for advertisers. There's no DEI in advertisements here. There's no body positivity in advertisements here. It's all what you want to see in a commercial, and
that's right.
That goes for the ladies too. It's only handsome men.
It goes.
It's only good-looking men.
And hello,
yeah.
Hey, Dark Helmet. Hey, hello, Dark Helmet. Hello and welcome. What are you doing up at 3 a.m? And isn't it like 6 a.m. where you're waking up? That's right.
Good
everyone
morning.
else travel the world and live through them. Well, I'm happy to have you here, Big Dave, or Dark Helmet. Although Big Dave K is here, and so is Ronnie, DJ Ronnie G. Hello. I'm a big Japanophile. Nice.
Join the club. Oh, yep, my liquor's censored.
I've always been a Japanophile. I drank the whole bottle. She's empty.
Fantastic.
I know. Yes.
Everyone's getting sleepy. No worries. Carla Byrne, so great to see you again, man.
And I'm a big fan of Ireland.
There's been honestly, today's been so great to reconnect with everyone. Like from Rod Thunderheart, Carla Burton, Dark Helmet, William Shake Spielberg, everyone. It's been so nice to see.
Yes, Rod was here, and then he popped out, and his phone must have died. That sometimes happens with him.
No, I want to talk with Rod again sometime. And when I come to Canada, it'd be great if I could see him. If he stopped by and when I'm in BC this summer, if Rod bring his truck over,
maybe we can get him to. And if I'm understanding Big Dave K, he's a big fan of Ireland, and so am I. I did a road trip around Ireland because that's the Irish spelling for Ireland, and it was because Irish drive on the same side of the road as Japan, and I had lived in Japan. I was the only one out of our trio that had experience driving on that side of the road with a license. So in Ireland, I had to be the gosh darn designated driver. Which
in Ireland, oh my goodness!
I know.
Because I heard there's more alcoholics than people in Ireland.
Well, that's what one thing about Japan. you can be an alcoholic because you don't need to drive. You absolutely do not
It
need
is so,
to
yeah.
drive in Japan.
Yeah, no, in Japan you can I can take the train anywhere, which is so nice. Yeah.
Anywhere.
If anyone in
And
Canada and
often
America
faster.
listening right now, the number one thing Japan teaches you is how awesome trains are and
Yes.
how much North America sucks when it comes to trains. Yeah.
Because you can be drunk on a train. In fact,
Yes.
they will sell you the booze to do it.
Yep. Yeah, you can buy booze right at the train station.
They will advertise
good time.
for the booze
Yeah.
that you're drinking while you're on the train. Not a problem.
Yeah, and in Japan, it's clean and it's safe. Like they keep it. Those things are spotless. And
I had a fellow teacher who kept leaving his guitar on the train, and every day he'd have to go back to the train station. And it was there. It was never stolen. It was all they found it. Someone picked it up at the end of the night, and Tom forgot his guitar again. Okay.
Dark helmet. Don't worry. I know exactly. Your lost stuff will be there. It's great. Dark helmet. I understand. I got a car in Japan. I got my car. I like driving. Road trips are fun, but until you've experienced the bullet train, you don't know what you're missing. The bullet train is, and the comfort. Yes.
And no one in Japan, especially, I hate to say it, but with our skin color, no one in Japan will give you trouble. No one will give you trouble. You can get away with a lot.
But I'm going to say, you can get away with a lot, but that doesn't mean you should be a dick. Don't be a dick.
No. Do not act like a jerk. Do not give the rest of us
a bad image.
Absolutely not. Thank you. That is, I'm glad you said that. That is absolutely true. Because there are those that do, and we don't want that. We do not want that.
I think people know, like, the recent, like, what's that YouTuber guy or something? Jesse Smalley or something? Like, comes here and just be a total cock. Yeah, and just, oh my God. Until someone finally punched him out in Tokyo, which was great.
I believe that, and it was Johnny Somali. And yes, William Shakespeare. I believe that to be true. That is amazing. I've heard you can lose your wallet in Japan and it will be commonly found. Is that true? It is true.
Yeah, it's true. Yeah. It's true for everything except for one thing.
Ooh.
The only thing in Japan that does get stolen often, it's bizarre. It's like everywhere in the world always has like an asterisk, is bicycles.
Bicycles.
Yes, exactly. Yeah.
I'm guilty. However, I returned said bicycle to the exact location.
See, that happens. Yeah.
It was
people will take your bike and then they'll return it like a few days later. Your bike comes back. It's so funny. It's like
we returned it the same night, but we it wasn't my idea, but I followed. We went through a rice paddy and the bikes, we ended up carrying the bikes out over our head. Oh my God. There was no crops. Yeah. There was nothing. We didn't ruin crops. It was mud. And the bikes only went so far. And in our defense, shochu, sugoi abunai. Shochu
usually liquor's involved when those bikes go missing. That's usually liquor's involved.
Shochu is potato vodka, and it's sugoi
abunai.
It's good.
Very dangerous. Good. Yeah, it's another good one.
And it's yasui. It is so cheap. And so, but I did return the bicycle to the exact spot. I insisted we did, but they were covered in mud.
It happens. Yeah, no, that happens. Your bike comes back, maybe with a dent or two on it, but it comes back.
Would you believe me that in New Brunswick, and I've seen it with my own eyes, in New Brunswick during fiddleheading season, your Coleman canoe will go disappearing, and a week later it will be returned. Yep,
actually, I've had that that happened to me in Canada too. We had a little. My dad had a little boat.
Some of them are,
and it went missing for a few days, but came back.
That happened.
Took the boat for a little camping or something and came back.
Exactly. As long as it comes out. And you nailed it, Rob Altus. You nailed it.
Yeah, Japan has self-discipline. They do, and you can see it when how they teach it into
Well,
kids in school.
and some of
Self-discipline is
us
so
do have
important.
some of us do have discipline, especially Gen X. Shout out to Gen X.
Also, Japan has a saying called
Johnny Somali is still in prison.
TPO, which is time, place, occasion.
Oh, okay.
Which means there's times and places you can be loud and obnoxious, but you have to know the occasion. You have to know when to do it and not to. Yeah, and it's like unspoken rules. Yeah,
that's right.
Yes,
know your surroundings.
Know your surroundings, exactly. Go back to the last one about decent sake.
Yep.
Because I want to give a little recommendation on this.
Okay. Ooh, I have a bottle.
Sake. And I'm going to sit sideways for the sake talk. All right, here we go. So, get a little pretentious on this one.
Ooh.
Oh, pardon me.
And it is not, that was a good, it is not Geineken, is it? It's not Geineken.
Gekikan. Oh, my
God. Oh,
God.
is that how you say it? Yeah.
Yeah. Gekikan.
This is a pretty cheap one, isn't it?
It's good. It's good enough. It's good enough.
It says it is
the
sake
samurai.
The samurai.
And the samurai were good enough.
Now, sadly, I had to dump this bottle out in Paris. What's the Charles de Gaulle Airport in Paris? That's it. The Charles.
Oh yeah. I've been to that airport. It sucks. I hate that airport.
Yeah. They made me pour this out because the bag that it was in wasn't sealed with a little fucking piece of tape that they put on the duty-free store. So I bought this to take home, and the guy went to the men's room and watched me pour it out. And I offered, he spoke English, like we need to, like a little bit, like we can have a bit of, because it was just me and him. No, fucking, no, I can't, then I can't let you on the plane. Oh, Jesus Christ. He was a young kid. He didn't know any better.
Young greenhorn. He's got to follow the rules to a T, right? He doesn't have
So please sit sideways and do the sake presentation.
Yes. So, well, if you want to talk about sake, so Japan has many delicious varieties of sake, and one of the best is the localities in sake. And where I live in Japan is actually the driest place in Japan. It has almost a Mediterranean climate, which allows for the growth of olives.
Ooh.
Olives, you say? Yes. Can olives be made to make sake? Yes, they can.
What?
And the olive sake is the most delicious sake I've ever had.
What?
So where I am is olive sake, and when I come to Canada, all right, I'm gonna make this promise right now. I'm gonna bring a bottle of olive sake for you and I to drink together on a fireside chat.
Yes.
How does that sound?
Olive sake. Now, my brother lives in Western Australia, which used to be famous and still is famous for grapes made for wine, especially Margaret River. But so many people, so many farms planted grapes that the market became oversaturated. And so many of the grape producers in Western Australia have since switched to olives and are now producing olives very successfully, because apparently the conditions and the terrain needed to grow olives are very similar to the ones needed to grow grapes.
Yeah. It's
wow.
Yeah, you need that kind of like that drier soil, that Mediterranean style soil. You can actually grow olives in BC if you really want to.
Well, I'm gonna make alcohol out of them if I do.
Yeah, exactly. But this olive sake is so delicious because it has a slight. So, like, sake is usually very dry, but the olive sake has a slight buttery feel to it.
Ooh.
And it is so, but like ever so slight from the fat and the olives, right? The oil, and it's a little buttery and a very fruity flavor. So a little buttery, a little fruity. My God, yeah. Oh, Big Dave. Yeah. Don't worry about accidental faux pas. It happens.
Don't be loud. Don't be loud is the biggest thing.
Yeah, it's well, if you're at a bar or something and it's a party, you can be loud, but don't be like, for example, if you're on the train, don't be like speaking to someone on speakerphone on your train and being a dick. But to me, that's like common sense, even in North America. Like you don't.
And you still you gotta put they still put their hand over their mouth like that. They do. Yeah. They all put their hand over their mouth when they talk on the phone.
I will say, if you're a North American that is generally polite, you'll do fine in Japan.
Yep.
If you're a North American person that's a dick, you won't do well in Japan.
That is very true.
Yeah.
Don't stick your chopsticks upright in your rice.
That's the biggest thing. Yes, because, and I've actually been to, because my wife's grandmother passed away. She was like 90. She was 99. So she lived a good life, and
my grandmother was as well. Yep, did okay.
That's a good age to make. A good Betty White age, and
right.
She passed away. And in Japan, when you do the everyone's cremated in Japan, but they cremate at a lower temperature than in North America. So there's bones left over, like all the soft tissue's gone, everything like that. But there are some bones left over. And after the cremation process, you have these big chopsticks, and you pick up the bones of the deceased and you pass them around and you put them in jars. And these jars are, it's just, just like how we bring ashes home in jars, right? It's the same thing as that. But you pick that around. And the reason why you don't stick your chopsticks in rice is because it resembles the chopsticks waiting in the ashes of the deceased. So it's, again, one of those weird cultural things that you learn. It's interesting. And I tell you, I can't believe, it's Steve. I can't believe it's been 13 years. Oh, it's 12 and a half, becoming 13 years now that I've been in Japan. This is so bizarre.
Wow, right.
Yeah.
Now, and there are anniversaries that you're supposed to commemorate for your loved ones that have passed on. I know the first year is important.
3 years.
3 years. And then it gets. Is it 13 or 14?
It's 13, I think. But this one's not as important, not as big as the first and the third year.
The first and the third year, yeah.
Are adhered to much more, yeah.
And DJ Ronnie G says, in New York, we have to drink our outdoor beers in brown paper bags.
Yes.
I'm not even sure if the outdoor vendor guys still sell beer. I hope they do. I've been to New York many times. The first time was in 91. I got the best pretzel in my life was outside of the Empire States Building. It was a pretzel this big. It's fantastic. And it was Christmas time, and I got roasted chestnuts as well. And they were burned as shit and sucked. I don't know what the deal with the roasted chestnuts are. They sucked.
I've been in New York once as well, but I was only there for an overnight, just one quick overnight. I got to go back again. Oh, the vending machine food is great. Oh, yeah.
Hot soup.
Yep.
Absolutely. Whatever you want.
Nice cold ice cream, hot soup, fresh bread.
Yep. I'm still looking for that legendary girls' panty machine in Ueno. In Ueno. It's allegedly in Ueno. I've talked to people that have seen it. I have not laid eyes on it.
It is real. I haven't seen it either myself in person. You do have to go into the night district to see it.
Yeah, I have no problem with the Roppongi. Yeah.
Now, even more bizarre than that, the most bizarre vending machine I found was here in Shikoku, a rural spot in Shikoku, in Ehime Prefecture. It was at a farmer's market, and the vending machine was for venison.
Wow.
Yes. So fresh deer meat from the vending machine.
That's coincidentally, that's about the only thing I have in my fridge is venison. But
venison,
beef is so expensive.
I had to crazy. Do a freaking double take. I was like, "What the
venison vending machine?"
A venison
Only
vending
in
machine.
Japan.
Yes.
Only in
Yeah.
Japan. I saw a battery vending machine and a necktie vending machine
Mm.
on
That's
a train
important too, yeah.
platform. Of course. William Shakespeare Spielberg says, Rob Altus, in mainland China, it's just the opposite. I've had a digital camera get stolen from me by a shop owner where myself and my girlfriend bought some pricey sandals.
Well,
I thought he was going to say
Chinese and Japanese
sandals,
culture are
but it's not
nowhere
spicy
near the same.
pricey
They're
sandals.
nowhere near the same.
No,
It's,
completely different.
Completely
In fact,
different. Yeah.
now, I don't know if it's still the same Fermented Cinema, but in 2001, when I lived there, all the pharmacies would put, and a lot of shops would put their wares on the sidewalks in baskets out on the street, present them to the public so that you didn't have to go inside. You could see their wares. They were out on the street. There was no one watching them. There was no cameras.
Same. It's still the
and
same.
nobody touched that stuff.
No one
and
steals
they
them. No one takes
still
it.
do that 20 years later.
Still like that.
20 some years later. That is
Like
fantastic.
lowest crime rates in like decades right now.
And how many millions of immigrants does Japan let in each year?
Right now, Japan is actually the highest level it's ever had, but 2% of the country.
Yeah,
which is the highest it's ever been. But,
most Japanese are most people in Japan. Their parents were both born in Japan, and their grandparents were both born in, or all four were born in Japan.
And also for the foreigners that do come to Japan, for the foreigners that are allowed to live in Japan, it's very strict, and it's essentially no criminal record, no nothing like that. It's so they're only taking from foreign countries. They're only taking people that are obviously honest, for a lack of a better term.
Like yourself and myself. Somehow we escaped the.
You can be loud every now and then, but
I got well, I did steal a bicycle in Japan, but I returned it. I did. We also. Have you ever heard of? Oh, where did I put that? I put that right here. William Shakespeare Spielberg says, also, I had my cell phone pickpocketed in Chinese. Talk about my girlfriend had her cell phone stolen right off her at a restaurant table. I wasn't there in China.
Jesus.
Yep. Okay. I'm going to show you postcards because I stole a boat once.
I'm going to tell you, China is Clark. I don't know. Japan is Clark Griswold. China's cousin Eddie. That's all I'm going to say.
now this top kanji, this is water, right? This is water.
That's water, yeah.
And this one?
Ooh, that's a type of metal, I think. It's not steel, or it's not iron, it's not steel.
Tenganuma.
That's a type of ore, is it not? It's not copper either. It's not copper either.
Tenganuma. No, but this is the kanji for the lake. And now kanji have a lot of different ways you can interpret them. But this is Lake Tanganuma. It's the second most polluted lake in all of Japan. I lived there. Abiko borders it. And these are postcards. Second dirtiest lake in Japan, close to where I lived. I didn't go swimming.
Steve, you got to wait for 1 second because I have to visit the men's room. I'll be back 1 second.
I'm going to show postcards of the lake. They shared. This is the second biggest lake, second dirtiest lake in Japan, and they made postcards. I don't know why, but here we go. This is the second dirtiest lake in Japan. It's close to Abiko. It's quite a large lake. Lake Tegenuma. That reminds me of On Golden Pond with Peter Fonda. I want to say that was Peter Fonda. I bet, that was Peter Fonda. Lake Tegenuma. Here's gorgeous postcards. I did not go swimming. However, I don't know if you can hear me, and I'm assuming you can't. Oh, you can. Okay. No. Okay. So if you can hear me, I'm going to tell the story. Then I'm showing postcards of Lake Tanganyika. So there was alcohol involved, and I think it was a summer fireworks festival, and we were at my buddy's place watching the fireworks from his apartment rooftop, which overlooked this lake. And so probably 2 a.m, we went out to said lake, second dirtiest in all of Japan, Lake Tanganyika.
Beautiful skinny dipping time.
And we took we didn't want to go in the lake, but we took one of these boats that you see here, borrowed it and paddles, and we paddled it out around the lake, and then we returned said boat. But I was just showing pictures of the lake. This reminds me, do you know Peter Fonda?
I know Peter Fonda, yeah.
On Golden Pond.
Oh, yeah. Oh, man.
So this is the second dirtiest lake in Japan, and somehow they managed to. They have postcards. You can buy fucking These are the postcards. I bought them of the lake, and so we stole the boat, or borrowed.
Yeah, stealing's only if you keep it. in my view.
Well, that's frozen. Okay, there it is in the winter. That's upright. But yeah, no, stealing is only if you keep it. So we borrowed one of those boats, and took it out on the lake for a little while. But it is.
Oh man, Dark Helmet's asking about the onsens, and yes, Dark Helmet, and I say this to anyone: if you come to Japan, please PM me, and I would love to meet up with you and take you out somewhere. And if you want to check out the onsens, Dark Helmet, send me a message. I can tell you so much about the onsens. I love them. Yeah.
I recommend Izu Hanto.
Oh, that's a good one. Yeah.
Has the most, it's where Shimoda is, and has the most hot Dogashima. It looks like Dogashima, but it's not Dogashima. They pronounce it Dogashima.
Yeah.
And Dogashima has one onsen that they're on the side of a cliff overlooking it. Is just unbelievable. Incredible onsens in Izuhanto, and around where the Olympics were held in Nagano, there would be, of course.
Oh, Nagano and the mountains there, yeah. Totally.
My province was New Brunswick, but I'm living in British Columbia right now. But I grew up in New Brunswick.
You're in BC now, so
BC.
Like which was kind of funny because coming to Japan, the onsen culture. I'm born in BC. Actually, like fourth generation BC is we got hot springs all over the place too. So you have that at least a taste of the hot spring culture, where it's like you go to the hot springs. Yeah.
I was gonna say, did you ever go? Have you ever heard of a place called Nakusp?
Yes, I've been to Nakusp many times.
You've been to Nakusp?
Yeah, of course.
Then you know exactly where I am. I'm between Nakusp and Vernon. You know exactly where I am. So Nakusp they have the hot springs, halfway hot springs. Is one. And,
I've been there.
What's the other? Is it Lemon? It's not Lemon. It's halfway hot springs and the other hot springs. I want to say Lemon, but that's not right. But yeah, they're all winter long. They're gorgeous and absolutely fantastic.
Have you been to Ainsworth Hot Springs?
I have. Yep.
Did you go in the cave? The cave?
No, I've never been in the cave. No.
Oh man, the cave is amazing. So in this is not Japan. This is in British Columbia. There's a hot spring that literally has a cave, and you go in the cave.
The Ainsworth Hot Spring. Yeah.
Ainsworth Hot Spring. It's half filled, and it's just absolutely beautiful water. And you go through the cave system, and it's so cool. And there's spots where you can just sit in the cave and relax in the hot spring. It's so great. Yep. Oh my god.
Yep. Yeah. That's right. Yeah, no, and we do because this is a volcanic region, so we have lots of hot springs around here.
So that's kind of funny, like that. Those regional things, like being from BC, it's like I kind of share the onsen, the hot spring culture, right? Where it's like, oh, I get it. We got those where I'm from too, right? Where
And
and you're talking about Dogo. Dogo's in Ehime, which is where my wife's family's from.
Dogoshima.
The onsen there, which is the
Yeah.
oldest onsen in Japan.
Wow, I didn't know that.
It's the oldest one in Japan. Yeah.
Have you been there?
I've been there, yeah, and it's cool because you go there and it's obviously
Okay.
because of its stature being the oldest, it's more formal. But you go there and you wear the yukata, and they
Yes.
serve you green tea, and you do the green tea ceremony, and then you go in the onsen. Oh, it's so awesome! Yeah.
Well, this is not the oldest, but this is an onsen in Dogoshima. Because there's a circuit you can do of like 7 or 8 hot springs.
Oh yeah.
And some of them have the B&Bs, the inns that you can stay, the ryokan. They call them the ryokan, or
ryokan.
Better. Yeah, ryokan.
Ryokan Japanese inns. Yeah.
Yep. And they're built around the hot springs. And so this is one in Dogoshima. And just gorgeous, absolutely gorgeous. And so you sit naked on those little white buckets, and you douse yourself with the yellow buckets and wash yourself. You have to wash yourself before you get in the water.
You don't want your nasty stank gas going in the water there.
And this is all the men's side, and the women's would be identical. There's no mix. There's one out of the 7 that I visited. There was one mixed onsen, and that's unusual.
They're rare, but there's mixed ones, But I'll tell you, the mixed onsen is very similar to because in Vancouver we have a nude beach, and you're like, oh, this is gonna be awesome. But when you go to the nude beach, 99% of the naked people are the people you don't want to see.
You don't want to be
exactly.
Same in Italy, same in France.
It's the same thing, yeah.
Big Dave came about 5 hours east of Vancouver in the Okanagan, close to Kelowna.
Oh, I love the Okanagan. Oh man. When I come there, we're gonna have some fun.
Yeah, we are. But it is 3:30 in the morning here in the Okanagan. My fire is out. I can feel it. I've got to go start that.
Okay.
Thanks for being. Tonight was so much fun.
Me too. I had such a great time. Oh my god.
And hey man, benkyo shitai. Boku no nihongo benkyo shitai. 話したい。
頑張って。毎日勉強した方がいいでしょ
See,
that's every day.
Yeah. So you say 頑張って and my response is 頑張ろう?
So 頑張ろう。That's right.
Right. Okay, I remember. It's 20 years, but I remember, man. Yeah, that's so you encourage people. You say 頑張って, go for it. And their answer
you can do
is
it. Fight.
頑張ろう.
Yeah,
because anything you end with a te is a command. You're telling someone to do something, right?
Yeah.
What did the girlfriend always tell me? It was always it was different. Hayaku, hurry up.
Hayaku, quickly, hurry, quickly.
Hayaku. But most of the time it's a te word. But all right. Thanks and Rob Altus. Yes, you lived in Japan, and it is late, so we will
Rob,
have you.
I'm glad you had fun.
Kelowna, Iowa. No. It's in British
Kelowna,
Columbia.
Iowa. So Kelowna is KELEWNA. Kelowna.
There's a W in there.
Yeah.
Thanks for being here, Fermented Cinema. Your channel is great.
Thanks for having me.
Videos. And let's make some videos when you come on over, and we'll do some live streams.
That's the plan. And I'm going to bring you the olive sake, and we're going to enjoy
olive
that together.
Sake.
Okay?
Now I have to go and harass my local liquor store manager to bring in the olive sake. All right. So I got to get to so. Boko,
I'll give you one last cheers, one last kampai, a drink here.
I'm very sleepy, however.
Miss Katama, I'm glad you enjoyed it. I will be streaming again, I think, come April time. But until then, I'm super busy. But So glad to be on the Amazing Canadian Spider-Man's channel.
Love to have
It was
you.
a lovely stream.
Kampai.
Kampai. That's good. It's good.
Kono stream 楽しかったですよ。
めっちゃ楽しかったでしょ? So, yes.
Very 楽しかった is fun. And
yeah.
now mecha is slang. I was told that only teenage girls use mecha.
No.
But I love
mecha
it. I love mecha.
Mecha is Osaka. Ben.
It is okay.
Yeah.
My girlfriend was Wakayama, so that's close to Osaka.
It's close. Yeah.
So mecha means very.
Totemo, very.
Yeah.
But mecha is Osaka. Yeah.
Mecha. I love mecha. Yeah.
And the last trivia I'm gonna leave with is, you know how like Shrek in English, he's got like a hard Scottish accent.
Yes, he does.
In the Japanese translation, they give him an Osaka accent.
No way.
Yes.
That's
so
funny.
to the Japanese, Osaka Ben is what the Scottish is English.
That's hilarious. Of course, that makes sense. Well, they ride the escalators on the wrong side, don't they?
They do. Yeah, which is hilarious.
All right. Good night, everybody. Thanks for being here.
Good night. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Awesome. We're going to do this again soon.
Definitely.
All right. Let's play the out.